What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Meet the Gamers Live, folks. And today we are having special guest. Whoa, I'm sorry about that, folks. We are having special guest GM Anton Z, guys. GM Anton Z. This is absolutely amazing, guys. Anton, if you're watching this, bro, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I appreciate it. It's an honor to have you on here. I wanted to give another shout out to our moderators up in the chat. I appreciate you guys moderating tonight, being tonight is a big night. And obviously, it's your host, Game of the Cookies, Jeffrey Gamer, and Criminal Justice. And like I said before, guys, we have special guest GM Anton. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is, so make sure to check him out if you guys don't. And yeah, let's get right into it tonight, folks. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it.
I mean, it seemed like only just like maybe a month ago, you were at what was it like around maybe 41,000 subscribers, and now you're up to 52, 55?
55.2.
55, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. It's been pretty pretty quick over the past kind of since October. It really picked up a lot.
Yeah. Because I was like, man, he is growing so just unbelievably fast.
Thank the YouTube gods.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
There we go. And as you all can see, we've got Gaming with Cookies, Criminal Justice. We got our boy Sneaky Octo down there. And the man of the next hour and a half, GM Anton Z, is in the house. There you go.
What's up, everybody?
A lot of Anton fans are up in the chat. So everybody's saying, hey, Anton, and we're here to talk, to ask questions. You know, Anton is just your average cool guy.
Yeah, just your
Not gonna
average.
say, I wasn't gonna say.
your average cool guy. I like that. That is good. I like that.
Hey, Joe Decker, how are you doing? And Tack Dog Gaming coming through with the $5 super chat.
Yeah.
Nice.
You go, girl.
Thank you, Attack Dog.
Now, hello to all the fans out there. I know you guys are watching. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. You know, I'm glad you guys made it over. I was just telling the guys I wish YouTube had better tools for me to get the stream out and push some more people out that way. But you know, maybe one day they'll introduce some more Twitch-like features where you can push your viewers over to other channels. But thank you, guys, for coming over. Hope you're having a great Saturday here in
Saturday
Toronto,
night,
Canada.
baby.
Saturday
night, man. Well, we want to thank you, Anton. I know we've been pestering you. We've been pestering
No,
you.
not at all. Listen, no, it's all good. I'm
Only
glad
because,
to be here.
You know, we love your stuff. We respect what you do. You're really good at it, and a lot of our viewers just love you as well. So that's why the pestering was a big part of trying to get you on.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah.
I am glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Hey, you never know. Listen, what if like one day this show becomes like the YouTube's leading Meet the Gamers, right? And then I can say, you know what? I was there.
I was there.
All of you
I was there. When we were learning how to walk.
When it became popular, now everybody wants to be on there. But I was there when it first kind of started.
Well,
how long have you guys been doing the show now anyway, right? Because you've been doing this now for...
This is episode 26 or 27, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
For Jeffrey,
somewhere around in there in the 20s, yeah.
Yeah,
Jeffrey,
I have it listed as 24.
24, yeah.
Only because I took out 3 episodes from the beginning because, you know, whatever. And so technically it is like 27, 28.
Nice.
Yeah, because Jeffrey actually had come to me and asked me if I wanted to do this with him. And that's kind of how it all got started. Then we brought Gaming with Cookies in up here, and he's been with us ever since. So
I think mine's
we enjoy it. I mean, we do it every Saturday night at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Central Standard Time, and we always have a good time, man. It's always a good time.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it's and it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of nice to I think too to do something a little bit different as opposed to gaming, right? Or
Hmm.
it's like it's just kind of nice to kind of get together and chat a little bit, right? Without sitting over there going, 3 out of 10, responding code 3, dispatcher
Yeah.
heading over.
Yeah.
Oh, boom, big explosion. So it's kind of nice
Oh
to just,
man.
sit and chill for a little bit and, I still have some fun and chat
Yeah.
about other than
Yeah.
dispatch in
Yeah.
LSPDFR.
Yeah.
Oh, the wonderful dispatch and how beautifully accurate she is and very responsive and pinpoints your every word, right?
You know it.
I love dispatch.
You
She's
know,
so great.
Benzo said the same thing when he was on here. He said it was nice to just to chill for a little while and kind of breathe in a sense, and be able to hang out and talk. He said the same thing you did. With
Yeah.
a lot less energy, of course, but he said what you said.
It's funny though, because I actually find my live streams to be relaxing. I stress over my videos. I stress over the content, the editing, the recording, and thinking of ideas and stuff. When it comes to my live streams, I'm like, oh, thank God I'm live streaming tonight. I can just sit back and just play some LSPDFR and not have to worry
Right.
about any of that stuff. So I actually, interestingly enough, find the live streams to be more relaxing than the actual videos. The videos I stress over quite a bit.
That's awesome though, because see, coming from our perspective as your audience, we're hype. It's hype to us. And I was telling Jeffrey that was one of the things I love about you is your energy. I said, Anton has got the most energy
I didn't do anything.
of any YouTuber I've ever
What do you-
seen.
what do
But
you
I
want,
think
Mac?
it's great. I think it's great. I think YouTube needs more of that energy like Anton has, It
Yeah.
cracks me up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, and in the way that I see it too is, I look at it is I'm also here to entertain people, right? And I want to make sure that I, do my best on my live streams, right? And it's funny because sometimes, like, we all have, our bad days, or you have like a bad day at work, or there's something going on, right? But I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I still want to do a show and I still want to have some fun, and you kind of all put it in the back of your mind, and I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna go on and we'll have some
Mhm.
fun. And I have some nights where I'm a little bit less, energetic, and other nights when I'm a little
Yeah, we
bit
all
more
have those nights.
energetic, right? Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
those nights,
Yeah.
right? But for the most part, the way that I always think about it too is there's always people that are counting on, tuning in, and maybe they're having a crappy day today, and they need some entertainment, and they want to see me just have some fun and play GTA 5, and there I am, I'm doing my thing, right? So to me, it's like that's what I like doing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get on, and we'll get the live stream going, and we'll entertain as many people as possible, right? And then the energy.
Yeah.
It took me a while though, because when I first started my channel, I was like really camera shy, I guess you can say. Now I can like look at this thing and talk to the camera for like hours, but before it was like I'd be always like looking down somewhere, like I wasn't
Yeah.
really comfortable on camera at all. And it was funny because I remember even talking to my wife about it, because I would ask her like, "Oh, what did you think of this episode? What did you think of this video that I made?" And she would say, she's like, "Yeah, it's good. It's good." I'm like, "Well, what do you mean it's good? Like, wait, I mean, it's like the best video I've ever made." Right? She's like, "Yeah, it's good, but it's not, it's not you." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean it's not me? It's me. It's me. I'm on there, right?" She's like, "No, not really." So it's just funny how
So you
how
can
fun.
confirm that how you are in your streams, that's your real, that's you.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah,
real life.
yeah.
I mean, I watched your video where you went to the airport and you were just as lively, in that video as you are, in your
Yeah.
streams when you're playing the game,
And of course, there's going to be moments that I exaggerate on the live stream for entertainment purposes, when
Right,
things blow
absolutely.
up and I'm going boom, or I'm doing a like spike, stuff like that, right? I'm not, in real life, if something blew up next to me, I'm not standing on the sidewalk going, "Oh my God!" Like, that's obviously not going to happen in real life. So when it happens on
That's funny.
on a live stream or in a video, of course I'm gonna exaggerate it a little bit, right? But at the end of the day, like you say, when you watch my videos, when you watch all like the live streams and everything, that's just how I am. And it took me kind of a while to build out that confidence on camera because again, I would be like, well, this is how I am. But then I even go back now and I watch the videos. I'm like, who is that guy? That's not really me. Um, but yeah, and that's the thing. It's I know some people are like, oh, that's so fake. But it's like if it was fake, I would have to keep it up every single live stream, every single video. I do 3 live streams
Right.
or 4 live streams a week. I do like 4 videos a week, and it's like it would just be impossible to kind of keep the charade, for so
Yeah.
long, right?
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, and you can also see it's also like depends, I think, on the game in terms of like energy, right? Because you can see, when I would play like other games where the pacing kind of slows down a little bit if I'm playing like a scary game or something. I'm not just sitting over there going, "Oh my god, what is happening in this game?" There'll be moments when I like freak out, right? And because something does happen. And actually, funny enough, those reactions are genuine because again, people will say like, "Oh my god, how did you, that was so fake." I'm like, no, I was like, I remember one game I played, The Beast Inside. There was a few moments there where there were some really good jump scares, and I was like literally not expecting them. And then I'm sitting there and I'm going, ah, where it actually like got scared me. And one of them was so bad, and I screamed so loud, it actually fuzzed up my mic a little bit because you can hear right after my scream, the mic got all fuzzy. All right, because it just peaked so high because it was a moment where like I got through because I remember there was some sort of like a thing where I think I was running away from something, and the moment I kind of escaped or got over that part, all right, and it was like finally I can breathe, and then the jump scare happened, and it was like
Right.
the moment where I was just not expecting it at all, and it just scared the living lights out of me. And it was like a loud scream where it like fuzzed up the mic even for a few seconds, right? So, but yeah, so that's the thing. It's like it also depends on the pacing of the game, right? Because like some other games, it's a little bit more, subdued. Or like when I would stream American Truck Simulator, I'm not going there. Oh, I'm driving the truck, everybody, look at me. No, you're just driving the truck normally, and if something happens, obviously something happens, right? But you see me here, right? Like this is
That is
kinda
one of
how
the most laid back
life.
games ever. Is American Truck Simulator has got to be one of the
Yeah.
most laid back. Like you could fall asleep behind the wheel of that
Pretty
one
much.
because you,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
And
It's
Tom,
the
one of
only
your
game where you
sponsors
can
in
pretty
my
much
live
read the chat and drive.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
guys,
that's
I didn't
hard.
interrupt you. One of your sponsors is in my chat. I know it's one of your sponsors, Jinxie Blue.
Yep. Hey, Jinxie.
Yeah, Jinxie Blue's in the
Jinxie's
chat,
up there.
and Jinxie left a where's it at? A $5 super chat. Thank you, Jinxie, for the $5 super chat. And Tyler the Gamer left $2 super chat. Thank you, and Cryptic Monkey left a
Yep.
$5 super chat.
And
Yep.
Thank you,
Cryptic
guys.
did
Nice.
too. Cryptic said, "Welcome, Anton. Great having you here, and welcome to
Yeah.
the family." Hashtag Anton made MTG.
No
Famous.
music, but we can still do the lights.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
love
you
the
go.
lights. I love the lights.
I've
in the
I've already
background.
had people say we got to do a like spike, and it
Yeah, we got to do a like spike, Anton.
How
Which
would
is
we
great.
make that work? That's the problem.
I
Oh,
know,
then
yeah,
I'm
it would
gonna
be
reset
it
my
would be
thing.
impossible. Mattias Ball, who is also a sponsor of Anton as of recently, I believe. Matty is now a sponsor, right, of Anton.
I believe
Um,
so. Yeah.
yeah, he says, where was it? Yeah, I lost it, but he said something cool about, yeah, there it is. Yeah, the energy is amazing. You could be having such a crappy day and then watch Anton and crack a smile. So it
Yeah.
just, that goes back to what you were saying and on how your personality, your streams, you really can brighten up somebody's day, man. You can make
And that's
somebody going
too.
from just having a crappy day to just, happy. Even if they're smiling for just a moment,
And that's
you
what I
know.
want to do because I actually have people that like emailed me, and some emails are quite what's the word I'm looking for? Quite, I guess, sensitive would be the right word maybe to use, where people are genuinely, I guess you can always take it with a grain of salt and say, is this person being real? But I guess when they write up a couple of paragraphs to you about how difficult their life has been and the issues that they're kind of going through life, and that they're look forward to my streams and videos because that is really, kind of the brighter part of their day. Like that's really touching, right? That's really, I
Right.
never, when
Yeah.
I first started on YouTube, or when I even thought of starting on YouTube, I never thought that I would have like this sort of impact on some people, where there's genuinely people that are out there that like look forward to my live streams, and for them it's, like it is the highlight of their day, and I'm really, helping them get through something. And and I've seen that feedback from people that have shared it with me privately. And and it's one of those things where it's like I never really expected that when I started YouTube, because I thought, oh, great, I'll get on YouTube, make a couple of videos, and make some people laugh. But yeah, and then to hear that you're actually making an impact, a positive impact in people's lives, I think that has really been a driver behind like a lot of times when I've been down myself, where I'm thinking like, oh, I'm not having, maybe the best day, or like, oh, I'm so tired, or I have a headache, or I really want to stream, right? And then I think about it, and I'm like, there's people waiting, there's people that are counting on me, right? That
Yeah.
that want to see this live stream. So you know what? So what if I have a little headache? I'll get over it, right? It's not the end of the world, right? Or if I don't really feel like streaming, it's like, okay, just, do the live stream again, deliver, the best that you can. And, people are going to have some fun, and it probably will make a bigger and better impact in their lives than me, taking the night off. Right. So,
Right.
and that really kind of hit home more so this last year, when I didn't really even I don't think I missed a single live stream in 2020.
Wow. That's a
Wow.
good positive attitude to have, Anton. It truly is.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
It really. I mean, to think about. That's one of the things I think is important as content creators, is that we think about our audience. And like you said, they depend on us for a lot of things, for the content, for the informational part of it. And above all else, if they're having a bad day, anything that would bring them a smile is important to me as well, because I love to make people laugh too. I mean, these group of guys I hang out with here, we're always cracking jokes, we're always laughing, and I'm the guy that really loves to make people laugh. I mean, so I think it's very important, man, and that's a good positive attitude to have. Because to me, I think that positivity is definitely key to everything, and that comes good to life. So
Oh,
definitely, man,
for sure,
definitely.
right? Because and everybody's got different style and different way, and there's some streamers that approach it very, very differently. But that's always kind of been my approach to it, is that I want to have that positive attitude, and I want to brighten up people's day and connect with as many people as possible. As the channel kind of gets bigger and as more people are watching, it's becoming harder and harder to do so. When it's different when you have like 10 people or 15 people watching versus, when you have 250 people watching and there's a lot of people chatting, and you kind of miss some messages. And, it's funny because I'll go back and I'll read some of the messages in the replay afterwards, right? And I'll be like, oh
Hmm.
my God, I can't believe I missed that message from so and so, because I totally would have responded and I would have said, something right back to it, right? But it's just the nature of the beast, where the chat is moving so quickly. And I've said it before on my live streams, I'm trying to balance reading the chat, playing the game, and keeping, that going, because obviously, when you have like 250 people watching, for example, you don't necessarily have
Yeah.
everybody in the chat. There's people that are just want me to play the game and they want to see what happens next. So it's a
Mhm.
fine balance between um doing all of the stream stuff, and keeping track of the likes and everything like that, and then talking to people in the chat, and then keeping the gameplay going. But you try to do your best, you try to connect with everybody, and we'll continue to do so and try to give as many shout outs as possible as the channel gets bigger and bigger.
Right,
you
but
gotta
it's
hit
but
that
it's like you
slow-mo
said,
mode.
it's hard, man, because every time you go live, you've got over 200 people watching you. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got to be difficult to keep. I mean, I see you playing, and I see you constantly, looking
Pretty
back and
much,
forth,
yeah.
trying to keep up with everybody. I'm like, there is no way, that you can keep up with that many people and play a game at the same time. It's just impossible to do. It just
He
truly
does. You do
is.
pretty good at it, though.
He
I mean, for
does,
the,
yeah. You do
I
good.
mean,
I mean, you talk to a lot of people.
his chat scrolls like movie credits, man, and you do a pretty good job, even with slow mode on.
I try. I didn't
Yeah,
have
you
slow
do,
mode
man.
before. I have slow mode
Flying,
now,
man.
but I find that still I still miss a few messages. Some of them I see, I just don't necessarily respond to per se. But I will see, and I'll see people sometimes giving shout outs to each other in the chat, which is really great because then they're now part of the community because they're not just coming out to see me, but they're saying hello to each other, or they're saying hello to Falcon, or they're talking to each other about whatever, right? There's a lot of times when, the comments that I don't necessarily will respond to, but I see them, when something big blows up in the game and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it blew up or something like that. I can't respond to every single comment, but like I will see those comments, right? I will see them in the
Mhm.
chat, right? So I will say that for the most part, I see you, right? And I see your comment, but it's one of those things where I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, if you really kind of want to engage, the best way to engage is not to say, can I get a shout out? Can I get a shout out? I want a shout out. Give me a shout out. You have those people that just want a shout out all the time. But it's like,
Hold
you
on,
can
I'm
ask
writing
me,
that down.
yeah,
That's the first thing I'm saying when I come into your chat next time. Can I
right.
get a shout out?
But it's like, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like ask me a question or say something interesting that will grab my attention because I'll more likely I'll respond to that, right? More so than just a shout out, and I kind of give you a shout out in the process, right? Because if somebody says, "Oh, hey Anton, what's your I don't know favorite ice cream flavor?" I'll be like, "Oh, hey, so and so, my favorite ice cream flavor is this," right? So,
That's better than a shout out, if you ask me.
well,
I
right,
feel like-
yeah, that's the thing,
Yeah.
and you get to like, look at that, I talked to this YouTuber, right?
yeah,
But yeah, and I always tell people it's one of those things too, where especially in the beginning when the chat kind of goes crazy, and I try to keep up with as many names as possible and read as many of those, right? But it's like, again, I'm human. I'm probably going to miss a whole bunch of them. I always give priority to sponsors, right? So if I see the sponsors come up, I'll shout them out. But I always tell people, right? Like if you really kind of want that shout out, or I missed you in that maybe the intro, just wait a little bit. Wait till there's a bit of a slowdown in the game. If I'm requesting an ambulance, a tow truck, or a coroner, like kind of one of those situations where I'm
yeah.
not really, doing much in the game. I'm more likely to look at the chat. And when the chat isn't going
Mhm.
crazy, I'm more likely to see it, right? So people can just put stuff in there and then I'm more likely to see it as opposed to see it in that waterfall of, hi, 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 hello, hi,
Yep.
hello, hi, hey, hi, 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 hi.
Or become a sponsor.
Or become a
Yeah.
sponsor. I'm more likely to see a sponsor
Name
message
lights
as
up
well,
green. If
right?
it's got the emoji next to the badge next
Right.
to it.
Well, it's
Yeah,
funny because
cool
your
little
eyes
badge,
jump, and my
man.
eyes jump right away. Like I always see Falcon, I always see the
Falcon's
green
in the
names as
Falcon's
well,
in the
right?
chat.
Because the names are highlighted, so my eyes will always jump to the highlighted names, right? So I always kind of see those comments.
Cryptic said everybody wants Anton. He did a $5 super chat and said everybody wants Anton to hit the bell. So let's do it. There it is.
There it is.
There it is right there.
Wow.
Very good, sir. What's up, Timmy Luke? What's up, Timmy Luke? Hey, Paul G's in the house. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I love me some Anton Z.
There you go. There's the bell for you.
Oh
That's
god,
it.
my stomach's
Hope
gonna be
Cryptic
hurting,
enjoyed it.
man.
Ow! Look at that. I actually, I know you probably can't see it on camera. Maybe you can.
All right, well,
Look at that.
oh
There's
wow.
like a
Oh,
little,
wow.
there's like a little thing. That's how crazy I went on the bell. I actually have damaged my skin.
All right, well, listen, put a Band-Aid on it because every $5 super chat I get, you got to ring that bell, brother.
Hey guys, I I gotta go. I gotta do something else.
Yeah, I got to do something. Hey, my niece Nicole Menny coming through with a $5 super chat. Love you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Son of a bitch.
I gotta use my other hand.
Oh man, that's so
Anton,
good.
I do want to ask you the general question we ask every guest that we have is,
Oh yeah.
how did you get into gaming? How did you get into LSPFR, and how did you get into gaming? Like, who were some of your heroes and the people that you looked up to?
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess an interesting story, so to speak. Yeah, the way that I guess, well, I got into gaming. I mean, gaming a long time ago. I'd play all sorts of games. I think back to when my parents had our first computer, which was like a Pentium 166 megahertz.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
powerful. That is
Wow. That was
powerful. That's
powerful
powerful.
stuff, right? I think it might have had like 2 megabytes of video memory. I don't even remember now. But
Wow.
like playing Doom on that.
Oh, I
Um,
remember that game. I remember that.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Doom. Oh yeah.
and then I and then and then I discovered, and this is like Anton, I don't know if I was a teenager. I got to think back to how old I was, but Anton the preteen discovered that his dad installed the naked version of Doom as well on the same computer.
Oh, no.
Wait, they
So I
have
was
one
like,
of those?
so I was like, score! I'm playing that all the time. So that was some early gaming days. I enjoyed, actually, interestingly enough, the games that I enjoyed back then too was like strategy games. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Commandos series. Commandos Behind Enemy Lines was like
I
the first
have.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like the first one by Pyro Studios. It was published by IDOS Interactive, developed by Pyro Studios out of Spain. And there was Commandos Behind Enemy Lines, Commandos Beyond the Call of Duty. Then they had Commandos through 2, and then they had Commandos 3 as well. But yeah, those were like, and it was like that top down type of view, or slightly on like an angle. And you controlled a um, group of commandos, group of soldiers that had their own special abilities. It was like the driver and the diver and the engineer and the spy, and then you would do all of these missions around, killing Nazis and doing all of these kind of historical missions, right? Infiltrating these historical places during World War II. So that was kind of like some of the first games that I remember playing. I remember back in the day. I remember my first website I created was a website that I put together using Microsoft Front Page, and I uploaded. Yeah, this is dating me a little bit here. And I uploaded it onto GeoCities, if you guys ever remember that.
I remember that.
And I had my little Commandos fan page there where I just had some guides that I posted and just stuff about the game. So that was, those kind of the early days. And I remember some of the other ones like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I
Oh
extremely
yeah.
enjoyed that.
Oh,
That was a
yeah,
good
man.
one.
I loved Roller Coaster and Zoo Tycoon and The Sims and Sim City. I wish they would
See,
make
I
a
never got
Sim
into The
City game.
Sims. The
No?
Sims I tried, but I never got into The Sims.
It's
No.
interesting. It's a little slow paced, but I mainly did it because I like to build the houses and the properties. That's what I
Yeah.
like to do on those games, But I wish they would make a Sim City for PC, like a newer Sim City. I loved Sim City. Those were some of the first games I used to play on PC.
Yeah, like I remember trying some of those games too, and um, I remember Transport Tycoon was another one.
Yep,
Same developer that created Roller Coaster Tycoon, Chris
yep.
Sawyer, I believe his name was. Wow, actually brings back so many memories.
Doesn't it? I used
Um,
to build some of the sickest theme parks on that game.
oh,
I
it
mean,
was so much fun.
man, I used to build theme parks that would cost you $1,000 to get into it. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that was a really fun game, and then I think he came out with the second one, and then afterwards, I don't know, somebody else took over, and they did like a whole bunch of other ones that at that point. I didn't really play them, but like the original ones were really cool. Transport Tycoon was pretty cool, and then of course all the GTA series. I mean, going
Yeah.
back to like
Oh
GTA
yeah.
1, playing the first one and then the second one, which was this weird futuristic one that they had.
Did you
And then
play the bird's eye view, Anton, of GTA?
yeah, those were the originals.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I did too,
yeah.
With
man.
the
I loved
Elvis,
them.
with the Elvis impersonators, man. Remember all the Elvis impersonators used to come walking through? Yep.
Yeah, those were the originals. Yeah, played all of those, and then of course the third one. And I remember being so excited. I remember my first. I mean, there were like rumors swirling about and stuff that GTA 3 was going to be like 3D, and I remember the first kind of thing that I saw about GTA was it was a video that leaked out about, and it was like basically just a few seconds long, and it was this wireframe character because you couldn't see like there's no detailing or to it anything. It was literally like wireframe, and it was literally like a wireframe skeleton getting into a wireframe car. But that it was basically showing that animation in 3D where it's this person is getting into a vehicle, and it's like this is from upcoming GTA 3, right? And it's like, oh my
Right.
god, it's gonna be so cool because you think back then it wasn't
Yeah.
a lot of games that were doing that sort of stuff, but the ones that were kind of 3D, they weren't really. It was a lot of like shooter games, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps,
Yeah.
and even that whole like open world 3D concept where you can go anywhere and kind of do anything in the game was kind of insane. So yeah,
They
and of
paved the
course,
way for a lot of different aspects of video games. I feel like GTA has just paved the way for a lot of, things that we now see in video games, and it's always going to be one of the top selling games still to this day out there, or,
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
when it releases and GTA 6 or whatever,
oh,
so
that's gonna be a hot seller for decades to come.
oh
GTA 6,
man,
I
you
think,
are
when it
not
comes out.
lying. You are
I mean,
not
GTA
lying,
5
man.
is still selling millions copies. I just saw the
Yeah.
headline, GTA 5, that it's still selling like millions of copies, right? And it's been like what now? How long, right? I mean, we're talking what
2015, 14.
yeah, something like that, right? Like
Yeah.
7 years or something like that, right?
Yep. About 7 years.
Um, and I mean, it made them so much money that I mean, it's like beyond. I think I can't remember what it is now. 200 million they made on it at least. I want to
Jeez.
say I can't even remember what
Wow.
it, or even something
Wow.
crazier.
I
Rockstar's
would
made a lot of
imagine.
money in general for GTA games. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
especially 5, especially this one we're on now. I
Mhm.
mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I can't say I don't blame them, but they are milking online 5 bad.
Yeah. They're
why do you
You know
pissing
think
what I
they're
me off.
mean?
milking it?
Yeah, because I mean, it's like, what is it, like every 4 months or so they do an update? And I mean,
Yeah.
what's the main thing that kids are doing these days with GTA Online? Mom, Dad, can you get me a shark card?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, that's where a majority of the Rockstar sales come from. So, everybody out there asking why GTA 6 hasn't been released yet, there's your answer. That's why.
Yep.
Because they're making so much money on 5, and they still make money on the older ones too, where people are getting into the older school games still again. They're bringing that back slowly but surely. But yeah, man,
exactly. And I mean, if you look at like
Billion. Wow.
top selling games, I'm just gonna quickly Google it here, right? Like you look at some of these top selling games. I don't know if there's a latest article right over here, maybe this one right here, Cyberpunk. Let's see here. Looking to see if there's a list. But if you look at like top selling games, right? I mean, GTA 5 is still on there, and it's like one of the first. It's not like it has fallen off the list
Yeah. No, it's
where it is
still
Yeah.
nowhere to be
huge.
found, right? And people are like, what's GTA 6? I can't remember that, right? Like
Mhm.
why would you rush or GTA 5? Why would you rush a GTA 6 when GTA 5 is selling like hotcakes to this
Yep.
day, right? And
Yeah.
they're making a ton
yeah,
of money, right?
Yeah,
It's like, well, might as well just keep. I mean, I'm sure they're developing it, but like, might as well just sit on it, and eventually it will come out. And I think it's probably going to be. I think it's probably going to be like 2024, maybe by the time we see it.
maybe probably so.
Mhm.
And
Probably
I
so.
feel bad for the console players who have no idea, like me, for instance, I just got my PC a year ago. So I had no idea that GTA was capable of doing the things that we can do with it on, you know what I mean? I want a 2021 Lincoln Navigator fully loaded with a black exterior, light caramel brown interior. I can get it and throw it in my game. It's
Yeah.
absolutely, and there's folks out there that to this day have never played GTA on PC and don't know some of the things you can do
Well,
on that PC.
that's
and they're
what kind
missing
of
out.
brings me to like the how I got into LSPDFR and started my channel. Actually, is that like 4 years ago, I don't even know what I was searching for or browsing for, but I came across this video and I was like, oh, what the heck is this? Because I played all the GTA games. I kind of know what you can and can't do. And there's a lot of times when I role played myself where I was like a cop, right? But I didn't, obviously within the confines of the game, there's only so much
Yep.
you can do
Oh,
without
I've done
mods,
that.
right?
Been there, done that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't touched GTA actually for a while. But then, yeah, like 4 years ago, I came across this video and it was this guy, and he's like patrolling as a cop and pulling people over, and it's actually working. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe Rockstar put this in. Like, I never thought that Rockstar would make like a police mode for GTA 5. And then as I started like looking further into it, I realized it's not Rockstar that put in this mode, it's mods, and that you can do all of these different mods with GTA 5. Lo and behold, it turns out that that guy that I started watching was Jeff Favignano and
Yeah.
all of his LSPDFR series. So that's kind of how I started watching him, and I started watching all the other guys he was associated with. And then I was like, who else is playing LSPDFR? So then I started like looking at all of these other videos. And, after a while, after watching it for, I must have been a few months at that point, I would watch all of these videos. I kind of was thinking like, that's so cool. And it'd be awesome if I can do something like that myself.
Yeah.
So and then just, one day I decided why not do something like that myself? Like why not, set up my own channel and start making my own videos and kind of see where it goes, and it'd be kind of cool to, you know, to get some views out there, right? And kind of put my own spin on these series. So and that's kind of how I began. I launched my channel with my very first video, which was about LSPDFR, and kept going pretty much ever since. Interestingly enough, the first time I live streamed LSPDFR just a few months after starting the channel, I think I tweeted about it or something, and then it was interesting because Jeff, to my surprise, I didn't really, I didn't never talk to him, and I still haven't to this day talked to him. I
You
don't know
are
him.
you are right now. I mean, everybody mistakes me for Jeff Fabian.
Oh, I
It's
see.
Jeff
Okay.
Fabian, yeah.
Okay. That's
Jeez.
Hi, Jeff. Um,
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
but yeah, no. So the first time I live streamed, he picked it up and he tweeted about it and said, this new LSPDFR player is live streaming. Go show him some love. And he posted it on his Twitter and even came into like my into my into
Wow.
my chat. Yeah, he came into my chat and was like, hey, how you doing? And you can see because he had the check mark and everything, so it was like the real
That's
Jeff
huge,
Fabignano.
man.
And I
Like,
was
that
like,
is
wow, this is
absolutely
crazy,
huge.
Yeah.
right? It was like my first live stream, and it was so crazy to
That's
see
kind of
that.
how I feel. I mean, I know that's how CJ and Cookies and see. That's
Oh
how I feel
yeah.
now having you on this
Oh,
show. I
please.
feel like I do, man. I
Right.
feel like
That's
there's
how
a
we feel.
celebrity,
Yeah.
there's royalty. You're well known. I know you say you're an average dude, happy guy, but you are, man. You are a celebrity in our LSPDFR world, man. You
You
really,
are,
really
Anton.
are.
You really are, man.
And might I say, you have the absolute craziest, best setup. I watched your video of your studio, and man, you inspired me to try to do something similar, with the lights and the little trinkets and stuff. So I'm getting it, but man, your setup is absolutely amazing,
And it's
man.
It's
always in work in
phenomenal.
progress. It's always in work in
Yeah.
progress, right? Because when I first started, I didn't have most of the stuff, right? I didn't have, the things that I have right now, or the
You
audio
build it. You
equipment, the
gotta
monitors, and
build it.
everything. So you just kind of, you kind of keep building it up. I mean, even when you look at some of like my earlier videos, you'll see like I think at one point I only had like one light. That bowl right over there was like the only light in the studio.
Oh
Um,
wow.
right. So eventually I kind of build it up because I keep looking at it. See, that's the thing. I always go back and I always like watch the replays and stuff. And I'm sitting over there. I'm going, this corner over there, it's a little too dark. We got to lighten it up somehow. I got to throw
Yeah.
something in there. Right. So that's why I just kept like building it up and kind of doing more and more and more. Right. And I think at the end of the day, too, that's just natural. I think it's just natural progression, right? We're all going to grow. We're all going to change things. Right. And I think you guys will see that with with you and your channels, right? Too, is that you're all gonna you're all gonna improve and become better, right? And even to this day, like there's things that I still want to improve on and become better at, right?
Like what?
And
What
I'm
could
sure
you
a year,
possibly
I'm sure a year
I
from
know,
now
right?
it'd be different than
well,
Well, there's still things. There's still
aside from
things.
having a floating chair to go with your floating desk, like what could your setup possibly need more? You know? But it is, man. It's absolutely the one time I was watching you, the way your camera was raising, I'm like, how in the hell? And then somebody said it in your chat that you had a rising desk, and then I
I do,
saw it in the
yeah.
video, and it's amazing, guys and gals. Anton is linked down below, and if anybody in here is nuts enough to not be subscribed to him,
Bye.
Yeah.
you got to go check him out. There he goes. You see? Yeah, there he goes. You got to go check him out, and you definitely have to check out his studio setup video. It's like a 16-minute video,
I
and
will be making an update this year to the setup,
it's
or
gonna
to
make
the
your jaw
setup
drop.
video. I'm just gonna polish it up a little bit. It's still more or less the same, but because not much has changed in here. But I'll be making an update to the video.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because I went
But
and checked it out, and I think one of the things that I really admired about your setup was your stream decks. The way you have everything
Yeah.
in your stream deck set up to do, and I seen the numbers on your stream deck, and I said that's got to be the button that he pushes that brings that thing up on the screen when he levels up.
the
So
level up,
is
yeah.
that what it is? Is that where it says on your stream deck?
Yeah, I actually changed it now. It's slightly different where I used to have like multiple buttons. And then, as these level ups get more and more, because before I only had it up to like 500, right? Because I never had the need. And most of the time I would never get over like 300. So I would never have the need to go any higher than 500. But now as we're getting into some of these likes, and like the New Year's live stream was over 1,000, right? It becomes,
Wow.
it becomes a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, can't find a word, but it's like the stream deck will get overwhelmed basically with all of these buttons, right? Because like, how many
Right.
buttons are you going to have for all the level ups? So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, what can I do here? So basically, I ended up changing it into one button now that I press, and the way that it works now, as opposed to just activating things within OBS, it actually. So I wrote like a custom script in the background, which runs in the background, and basically what it does is it will I mean, obviously will activate things in OBS, but after that level up finishes, it basically updates. So the next time I press the button and it activates all those sources again, it does the next level up. So from 100 it will
Wow.
go to 200 and 300 and 400. So the script will automatically keep increasing it every time I press the button after the level up is over. So that way I only have one button, and I just keep pressing that one button every time we level up, and I
Jeez.
can basically go to, I mean, infinity
That's
pretty much,
insane,
right? If I
man.
wanted, if I
And you
wanted
And
do
to.
this
that
is a script you wrote yourself? You said you wrote this yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you do that
wow.
for a living, right? Aren't you in I thought I heard you
No,
say that in one of your streams once. Oh, I thought you said you were like an IT, like a computer
I
guy
work for an
or
IT company, but I'm not like a
okay, that's what it was.
programmer or anything. No,
I
a
did
lot of.
see I'm sorry,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was just gonna say a lot of it too is like a lot of it I have, the coding is it's basic. It's not like, I'm not coding, crazy stuff in here, right? But like I have an idea, and then it's basically like, all right, Google, basically tell
Yeah,
me how I
Google,
can
yep.
make this happen. This is what I want to do.
Google.
And then I basically find like little code snippets and some trial and error, and I kind of get it to work, right? And for my purposes, I'm not releasing it like, publicly. It's not some sort of banking system that everybody's logging into, right? So for my private purposes, I'm sure my code is maybe not the perfect, and I'm sure there's other people like, oh my god, this 20-line script can probably be done in 5 lines. But for what it is, it works for me. And I pretty much at this point I have scripted pretty much everything. Like I don't actually set anything up. More or less when I like live stream, I just push a button and my script
That's
will open up all the windows, open up
that's what I
OBS,
was gonna
turn on all the
say.
lights and everything.
When I watched that video, I have a stream deck. And when I watched your video and you hit that one button and your YouTube chat came up, your OBS came up here, your main screen, even my wife, who's pretty active with me and what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, was like, wow, like that was like when I get ready to stream, it's like, all right, open up OBS, let me drag it over to this screen. All right, let me open this up. I got to go to all these things. You literally hit one button. The bottom left button is what the button that you pushed in
Yes,
the
yeah.
video. You hit it and everything came on all your screens. And I thought is that something because you can't do that. You scripted it, right?
I scripted that. I actually now moved it even a step further because sometimes I would forget to to change stuff out, and then I'm like, starting up my LSPDFR live stream, but it's got like the fire guy that comes up instead. Because you'll notice like the
Yeah.
characters, my police characters like wearing the police hat, or if I do just a regular GTA 5 live stream, it's just got like hair with not the no cap, or if it's the fire live stream, it's got the fire helmet. So I
Right.
took that a step further because I was like, a lot of times I just forget because there's again so much going on. A lot of times I just sometimes forget to switch that out. So now I took it a step further where I can select which kind of character that I want, or even if I want like special background, like when I had my Christmas overlays over my camera and stuff. I can basically, push those 2 buttons and then it launches everything and sets it up for me without
That's
me actually
amazing.
Yeah,
doing
that is
anything.
really amazing.
That's
Anton,
amazing.
one of my subscribers, LJ, said, CJ, please can you say hi to Anton? So, Anton, hi to you from LJ.
I know LJ. Hi, LJ.
And Jinxie had something really nice to say too a while ago. I had no idea because I only know Jinxie Blue from your channel where,
It is
they're a
Falcon. It is.
sponsor.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a sponsor. Yeah.
yeah, I see him over there all the time, and he said, just wanted to say a big thank you for teaching me not only teaching me, but a lot of others how to start modding. You're an absolute amazing teacher. I had no idea Jinxie even watched me. So I just want to say thanks to Jinxie because that was really nice. I really appreciate that.
That's
But I
awesome.
see Jinxie. I've been seeing Jinxie Blue in your chat since I've been over there watching you for a
Oh,
long time.
he's one of the regulars, right? He's been around for a very long time now, actually, right? He's been an awesome supporter as well, awesome sponsor. So thank you, Jinxie, right? He is definitely one of those guys up there. I see the names, I see the chevrons. I'm like, there's my supporters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jinxie's always in there. Like every
Yeah.
time I go to your chat, he's always there. Like every time.
Andy
yeah. And
Zhao,
there's
Wallbanger Gamer.
Yeah, there's a
Right?
lot of people that like
Yep.
come out and they're regulars, and some people they can't make every live stream because there's people that come out like every single live stream, right? And you see people all the time, which is great, and there's people that are regulars but they can't obviously make it every single time, right?
Mhm.
It's funny too because I will have people that will go onto like the live stream replay or into my videos, and they're like, Anton, I'm so sorry that I didn't get to watch, your live stream. I was busy with football practice. And I'm like, don't apologize. Like that's perfectly fine. Like you know, I appreciate you watching and thank you very much. And I'll see you on the next one. But I just find it so funny that like people feel the need that they have to apologize that they weren't able to come onto the live stream. And I'm like, please, you don't have to apologize to me. I hope you won the game. I hope you had fun. I hope or people will say, hey, Anton, I'm so sorry. I can't watch you on Friday. I'm going out with my friends. I'm like, just have fun with your friends, right? Come back on the next live stream, right?
Right.
But yeah, like people feel like they need to apologize. And I'm like, please, please do not apologize to me. Come back, catch the replay, see what you missed, check out a video, come back
Yeah.
on the next live stream. I'll still be here unless I get hit by a bus or a comet
Or a Zeppelin crashes down onto the street and blows you up.
And even the explosion.
The Uber,
Oh,
the Uber blend, man.
Yeah, the Uber
The
blend.
Uber
Oh my
blend,
God, I
yeah.
laughed so hard when you blew that blend ball. I was laughing so hard. Oh my
You did.
God.
You actually screen shared it with us
Mhm.
in VC, and yeah, he was dying.
Oh
Wallbanger says
my
I'd been with him for 3 years. Wallbanger gamer. We got Andy in here, Cody,
Andy, yeah, my
Discast
fellow
member.
Canadian from out west.
Yeah, gaming with Javier.
Discast, of course, yeah. Gaming,
Yep,
yeah, with Javiel, yeah. I just
yep.
call him Javiel. I don't know if it's Javiel
Javier.
or Javiel. I just go with
Falcon.
Javiel.
I know I've seen Falcon in your
Falcon, I've
chat.
never heard of Falcon before. I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, see, he's the stalker.
He's just
But
like
yeah,
a weird guy, you know.
yeah,
Now
Timmy Luke,
Falcon, yeah,
Six
Falcon
Film, yeah.
has been a mod for a while as well. You know, it's funny because Falcon, the way that like we kind of met is he found my channel and then he started creating all of these like amazing GMANTONZ skins for me and stuff. And and I was like, wow, this is so cool, right? And you know, that's kind of how we build our relationship, right? Because and that's what I say
Yep.
to other people, right? Like people will come in to my Discord or they come into the chat. They're like, "Can I be a mod? Can I be a mod? Can I be a mod?
Yeah, yeah.
TV to mod.
Me,
Seriously.
mod." It's like, no, you can't be a mod. No, you get out, right? So yeah, that's the thing. It's if you want to be a mod, like you want to build a relationship, right, with the person, and that's kind of what happened. You know, I didn't make
Hey,
Falcon a
Gianpaolo.
mod on day one, right? I wasn't like boom, Falcon is my mod. Hey Falcon, right? It was we built that relationship.
So
You
I'm
know,
gonna write that down. So next Anton live stream, can I get a shout out? And can I be
can I
a
be a
mod?
mod?
Can I be a mod?
That goes
I,
with because that goes with a long line of trust. I mean, and we get that too, where people are constantly. We were talking about that earlier, how people are always asking, "Can I be a mod?" And it's like,
hold on, stop. My hair is all messed up. Okay, I'm good.
but it goes like the people that are moderators in my chat, and I agree with you. It's not like we just knew them one day and they were automatically moderator. We've known those people for quite some time, and we have built a relationship
Yeah.
with them in some way or another, whether it's through like we have people that make logos for us. Six Film, which is one of the guys that makes logos for us. He is a moderator in my live chat. That's how I know him. A lot of the other moderators are people I've just become friends with over time that I just
Yep.
trust. I just trust,
Yeah.
So it's a long line of trust, and I think when what you're talking about with people apologizing you for missing your stream, I think a lot of that comes with how much they love you, Anton, and how much they love your channel. Because people, they will do that, and I think that goes with a long line of love and respect for you and who you are, and what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and at
You know,
the end of the day too, like while I do feel like please, you don't need to apologize to me. At the same time, I also do like hearing, what people are up to, when I see messages in Discord or
right.
on YouTube, whether it's comments in the live stream and stuff, right? Where people are like, oh, I went to the store today and I, bought myself a Dr. Pepper and then, I was kind of hanging out, right? It's like, it's kind of cool to hear that, right? It's kind of cool to hear what my fans and my subscribers and, what they're up to and what they're doing today. So, and when people are like, oh, I can't come to your live stream or I might be late a little bit on Friday because, I got soccer practice, right? And, it's kind of like, oh, cool. Like, I didn't know you play soccer. That's great. I hope you
Yeah.
I hope you win the game. And like, I've had people that would come on and say, hey, I'm going for my driving test. And I'm like, okay, make sure you come back the next live stream. Or they're like, oh, yeah, I'm doing an exam. I'm studying for an exam. I'm like, okay, make sure you come back and you tell me how you did. Because I actually want to know, like, how did you do? Right? Did you do well? Did you pass your driving test? Did you do well on your
Right.
exam? Right.
Yeah.
And I love hearing those little bits. Again, it becomes to there's a point where there's obviously only so much I can do, right? I'd love to
Right.
spend
Yep.
hours talking to everybody, but there's only one of me and there's all this other stuff that I have to do to kind of keep the channel running, right? So there's only so much time I can dedicate to everyone, right? As much as I would love to,
Right.
but I try to give everyone as much as attention as possible, or just to even have that little one interaction and say, hey, how you doing? Or, oh, that's cool, I didn't know you do that, right? And again, over time, you kind of hope that you build that relationship with the person, right? And they see that I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying it, right? Because I do genuinely care about the fans, and I want everybody to be happy, and for everybody to enjoy, and for everybody to be safe and be well, and maybe not go through some of the challenges they might be going, right? And sometimes you hear people say stuff, right? And it's again, one of those things where people will come in the chat, and sometimes they'll say some pretty upsetting things, in a sense of, like, maybe so and so has died or something, and you're like,
Mhm.
part of you goes, it sounds bad, but, like, is it really true? Are you just doing that to get the attention, right, of the
Right,
streamer,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but on the other hand, you can't really discount that, and you can't say, well, you know, I mean, some of them, again, it's a little strange, if you're, God forbid, again, your mother passed away, why are you in this YouTuber's chat announcing it to everybody that she died today? Like, that's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
But so again, you kind of look at that and you say, well, is that really true? But at the same time, I also don't want to discount, because it might be true, or maybe if it's not true for that person, it might be true for somebody else watching,
Right.
who's gone through that experience, or who's going through that experience, and they're not necessarily sharing it. So again, I'm kind of mindful of those things, to at least acknowledge that, or provide at least a little bit of consolation, to say, I'm so sorry to hear that, right? And please accept my
Yeah.
condolences, right? Um,
Right.
because again, you don't know whether it's that person that's going through it, or somebody else that might be having those challenges, right? So yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, I try to interact with as many people as I can, but as the channel gets bigger and bigger, it's becoming a lot
It's
harder to
hard,
do
man.
so.
It's
Yeah.
tough,
And
man. It gets tougher. Yeah.
yeah, and people love this is my well, you can't see him now because he just rolled away from me, but
I saw you, the
yeah,
dog.
that's my Mishka. Well, his name's not Mishka, but it's Sully. But people love it. I've actually had people in my chat say, tell them to bring on Mishka. That's one thing that people really look forward to in
Mishka
your
the cat.
Mishka, not a Mishka. I'm thinking of Mickey Mouse because Mishka,
Same
and
thing.
yeah, it's got 4 kids, so I've seen enough Mickey Mouse to last me a lifetime. But yeah, they love them some Mishka, man. Even though Mishka doesn't look like he really doesn't want to be on camera much.
No, he doesn't. No, he
He
never
does
wants to be on
not.
camera. No, he's always got the grumpy face. It's funny because in, like, real life, he's not that grumpy. But yeah, whenever he comes on here, I don't think he realizes. I mean, he obviously doesn't realize what's going on, but it's like the lights, and I'm like yelling at him, and I'm kind of like prodding him up, right? And he's like, "What is going on?" Because I was just sleeping behind the couch, and all of a sudden, I get dragged in front of all of this, right?
Oh my
So
gosh.
usually
Yeah.
but he's pretty good in the
Anton,
sense that
Mishka.
he allows me to do all this stuff without, scratching me, right? He's a little antsy, and he wants to get out and get away, but for the most part, he's pretty good. I mean, if he wanted to, like, get his claws out, there's nothing stopping him from just going right in my face, right? But he'll put, like, his
Right.
paw on my face or something, but the claws are never out, right? So he kind of allows me to do that stuff to him without getting, too mad at me, even if he is grumpy.
That's great, man. Cats
Yeah,
are
because there was a couple times that he put his paws on your face, and I was like, man, that would be just terrible if that cat tore him up. That would just be, I mean, that would be horrible live, not only live, but that would hurt, and especially live across your face. I mean, cats
Oh
can
yeah.
really turn you, but it's cool that he's chill like that with you, on the live streams. I think that's
it's like
cool.
he's warning them, like, listen, you got 30 more seconds of me on this camera.
Yeah.
Pretty
See my
much.
paw. My paw is right here, man. You got 30 seconds. I want to get down.
Right. Yeah, he, like, put it right in my mouth, like, "Shut up already."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
he's
mean,
a
no,
beautiful cat, though. He's a beautiful cat.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
him. And so we actually adopted him. We didn't have him since he was like a kitten or anything. Mishka was not his actual name. They don't know what his name was. They found him on the streets, and he was, like, at the animal hospital for, I don't know, they said 4 months or so. So he's in pretty rough shape. They estimate
Oh
that
man.
at the time he was about 2 to 3 years old, so they're not exactly sure of his age, but 2 to 3 years old is what um, they um, they estimate him to be at. And then yeah, so it was funny because again, it's just one of those things where it's just so weird, the way that this universe works sometimes. Me and my wife, girlfriend at the time, we were going somewhere and we were running a little bit early and we were passing by PetSmart, and I was like, "Why don't we just stop in and look at some animals? Like, we got nothing else to do, right? To kill some time." So it's like, okay, whatever. So we pull in and we go into the store, and there's a bunch of cats there, and all of a sudden, like this cat, really, I don't know, it like I connected with this cat, right? It was like, oh, cat. And there he was, and he was kind of staying away from the other cats, but like he came up to us and he let me like pet him and stuff. And I was like, and we are like, okay, cool, we're done, and we went on our merry way. And I, for like the entire night, it just like the cat just stuck with me.
Oh
And we were
wow.
talking, and I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like a connection to this cat or something. There's something weird. It's like I just kept thinking about him. So then the next morning, we put in the call and basically said, is he still available for adoption? And the lady was like, yep, you can come pick him up. And somebody else was interested in him too. And I was like, no, we'll take him. He's ours. So we went over there. We didn't have anything at all. Like we weren't prepared. We weren't going to adopt anybody. Um, and we basically, we went back to PetSmart. We just got it picked up a whole bunch of stuff. We got like a cardboard box that that we can bring him home in. So we put him like into a cardboard box and brought him home. And again, his name was not Mishka. They called him at the shelter. They called him Biloxi, but it's not like he responded to that name either. So who knows what if he had a name or what
Isn't that a
his name was?
medication? Isn't that a medication for like
Right? It was so
something?
weird. It was like the weirdest name ever. Right? I'm like,
Hey,
you
Biloxi,
know,
come here.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Biloxi. I'm telling you, somebody in chat, if you could search Biloxi. I'm almost certain that's a
I
name of
think
a
it is.
medication.
I
Luke the
think it
Game
is.
dropped the
Yeah.
two
It's a
dollar.
male enlargement pill.
Yeah, Luke the
But
Gamer
needless to
dropped the
say,
two
he
dollar
got he
chat.
he obviously got a great home.
He
He
Yep.
got a
does,
great
yeah.
home.
And
Yeah.
he learned his
So
name, like if I say Mishka, like he'll come running even, and yeah, he's like adapted so well that you'd never think that he was adopted, right? You'd never think that he was
right.
roaming the streets for God knows how long before he was picked up and in pretty rough shape, right? To spend 4 months in an animal hospital before they put him up for adoption, right? So yeah, so it's just funny how it like turned out. And again, always think back to like that day. It's like we weren't planning on going there, right? We weren't gonna adopt anybody, and it was literally like I can't even remember where we were going. Where we were going somewhere, and we were a little early, and I saw the PetSmart. I was like, oh, let's just stop in and look at some kitties. And then it's like, boom, we got a cat out of that.
Well,
It's just
that's
so
what
weird,
you.
so weird how the universe works.
Yeah,
It was almost like it was meant to be. It's just I
that's
know
what
it
I was
sounds
gonna say.
corny, but
Yeah, that's what you call fate, man. That's
right?
what you
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
fate.
Yeah.
And Luke the Gamer dropped the $2 super chat and said,
Woo!
Anton, I have to read it to you because it's a super. You got to read the super chats, right? Anton, bring Mishka on. So I told him I would tell you that that's what he said.
Bring Mishka on. We'll bring Mishka on the next live stream. Mishka has been a
There
bad
you
boy
go.
today. Mishka has
Um,
been a very bad boy
Oh.
today, and he is in a terrible mood.
yeah, Metro Rail fanning says, "Hey Anton, GM
Hey,
Anton
Metra.
sponsor. Metra's in the house. Alex
Metra's in the house.
Steele, Gianpaolo
Alex, nice.
Pazzini,
John Paulo, the LSPDFR whisperer, is who that is. Jean Paulo.
Gianpaolo.
He
Yeah,
knows.
broadcast.
He probably
Like it.
knows more about LSPDFR than all of us here combined. I swear.
Wow.
Because
No
yeah,
kidding.
every time I'm live streaming and there's some sort of issue or something with LSPDFR, it's always Jean Paulo, and he's always got advice, and it's always like right on like he hits the nail right on the head. So I call
Wow.
him the LSPDFR whisperer.
The LSPDFR whisperer.
When I go
like
full
that.
time, I'm hiring him as my technical expert for LSPDFR.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
broadcast. I got a new chair, man. It's kind of old, but it's new to me. Cody Melcher, $5 super chat. Tell Anton I say
Cody.
hi.
Another awesome sponsor.
Yeah, $2 super chat from Broadcast Gaming. Thanks for all the donations you've been giving me. Hey, Broadcast, I always try to support when I can, man. And I'll always jump into people's live stream. I say it all the time. Always at least jump into live stream and drop a like, say hey, and then haul ass out because I'm just busy, So it's like you said once in your New Year's Eve episode. Yes. You said that it took you 30 hours or was it 60 hours? About 30 hours?
About 30 hours to put that together. Yep.
Your fireworks show took you 30 hours?
Yeah, the fireworks show takes about 30 hours. Yeah.
What?
Now, so was that a menu or did you create that whole scene?
Well, I created so part of it is like the base part of it is the map. I didn't, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't create the map. The map is available, like that concert map is out there. I made some modifications to it, but then when you start thinking about the actual show, so the actual show was about 13 or so minutes long. So all of the fireworks sequences and all of the different angles, and then of course syncing it up and having the music in the background and stuff, all of that, like by the time it's all said and done and you have the final piece and like looking for songs, right? Because that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, and you guys probably more so than others, right, because you're into it as well, is a lot of viewers don't realize the amount of work that happens behind the scenes, right? A lot of people think like, oh, he's just sitting there playing a game. How hard can that be? All right.
There's so much more to it than that.
That's the thing, right? There's so much more to it. Even like putting together a simple live stream, right? There's so much that happens behind the scenes that people don't see. And that's, the New Year's is one example of that, right? Is the amount of time it takes me to just because you're thinking again, oh, it's great, a show with some music, but it's like, again, I had to go out there, I had to find the songs, right? And I have to listen to all of these different songs and figure out, okay, which one is going to work. And then you find a song and I'm thinking, okay, so if this song is then gonna change to this song, well, I need to find another song that will kind of plug into the first one, right, so to speak, right? Because you can't just go from something that sounds one way and then to something completely different, right? So you kind of sit there, you play around with all of it. There's some mixing. Again, very basic stuff because I'm not a DJ by any means, but if you listen to it, I did try to at least mix it together so it kind of flows together. There's no abrupt ending to one song and an abrupt start to the other song, right? They kind of mesh together. All right. So you kind of align all of that, that in the show, the music is like my first thing that I would do. And then you start working on everything else. You find whether it's the base map or whatever it is that you're creating, where this fireworks show is going to take place and what the stage is going to look like and stuff. And then you start setting up like the fireworks sequences, right? And start playing around with that, like what and again, I try to somewhat align it to music, at least a little bit, in a sense of like, if this song is playing, what sort of fireworks do I want to see? Do I want to see like the stage light up, or do I want to see stuff firing up in the air? Or it's a really fast moving song. Okay, let's just light up everything and have all sorts of crazy, fireworks going off everywhere. So yeah, by the time kind of all said and done, and you set up all those sequences, and then you film all those sequences, and then you go into stuff and you kind of cut it all together and everything, and before you know it, it's like boom, 30 hours.
It takes time. It takes time, man.
And it goes by before you know it. It really
13
does.
minutes later, it's all gone, right? But I enjoy it. That's like the New Year's is, for me, New Year's has always been special. So that is like one live stream that I look forward to the entire year, as
Especially
well.
this New Year's.
And then
Jesus.
right? And then it's like I really enjoy it, even if it's 13-minute show that takes me 30 hours to put together. I still enjoy like that aspect of putting it together and stuff, and having everybody else watch it, right? I think that's kind of awesome that people can again come out, as I say, celebrate New Year's twice, because you kind of celebrated with me and with everybody else on the live stream, and then you get to do it at home, right? Or if you're not at home, somewhere else, right?
Yep. And
Anton, Josh B, and Demir
Woo,
said to
Demir.
tell you hello. They're sponsors, right? They're
They are.
sponsors
Hey
of yours?
guys. All the sponsors coming out. I love it. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah, they said to you hi.
Josh watching all the way from the UK.
UK, we
Where
got a
it
few
is-
UK viewers. Yeah.
It is like pretty much morning now.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
UK.
yeah.
They're
It's
in La
morning
La
time over here.
Land right now.
Yeah.
MK295 with the $5 super chat.
Woo!
Hey, Anton. It's weird not seeing your like counter, LOL.
Right?
Hey,
I
Anton,
thought about
B9
adding
bot,
one.
B9 bot did say like spike.
Hold on. If I push the button, it won't do anything.
Yeah.
I wish we could do a like spike. It'd be kind of cool, but unfortunately, all my everything is kind of programmed to OBS as well, right? So that's the
I was
thing.
gonna say that's all through your Streamlabs, right?
Well, I use OBS Studio, but
use regular OBS.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you used Streamlabs. I did not know that you used Streamlabs.
Yeah, no, I
Wow.
use OBS Studio, but again, it's a combination of like the custom scripting, I even bring in, I think on the like spike, I even bring in the home server as well into it. Because I have like a little home server. It's basically like a tiny little computer, but like runs my home automation stuff. And then of course the the OBS piece into it as well, right?
Do you
To
use
pop up
smart
all those.
plugs
That's
for
pretty
your
amazing.
lights and that?
Do I use smart plugs? I have smart plugs. Yeah, I don't really use them for anything that I do with like YouTube, but yeah, I have smart plugs.
Do you have a certain program? Because I'm dying to try to. Wallbanger Gamer says, "Tell Anton he is great." By the way,
Thank you, Wallbanger.
I've been trying to get these lights hooked up to my Stream Deck, and I cannot find a program to do it to save my life. Cryptic Monkey, $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. All right, man.
Hey, he shot one over here too.
Yeah, Cryptic's amazing, man. Cryptic's been very involved
Generous.
with and
Yeah.
generous, but he's been very involved with Meet the Gamers. And speaking of generosity, Anton, I've never seen you as speechless as you were the day that CJ broke out his checkbook on your stream.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I thought it was Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Like
man.
what?
I mean,
That
it got
was
to
very
the point
generous
where
of him.
it got to the point where Anton, it's like you didn't even know what to say anymore. You were just like, man, I just
Right? Because you get excited and stuff, and then it's like they keep coming, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so like that's the thing, yeah. I'm like I'm so thankful, and I don't want to appear that I'm not thankful, right? But it's like, oh my god, like I don't know what to say, just thank you, right? And that's the thing. It's just it's so
Right.
nice. I mean, that CJ and there's other fans as well that like will come in and just like boom, like $500 super chat. I'm like, what?
jeez.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, and I wish, like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm like, what else can I do in here to celebrate those big super chats? Like, I don't know. Should I have like balloons drop from the ceiling or something when something like that happens?
Start taking your shirt off and shit, just like like, is this what you want? Like, is this what you want?
Do a dance, man. Do a dance.
Yeah,
Right,
Falcon
like-
says selling Anton's OBS codes for $100,000. Bid.
My OBS secrets.
Sneaky, did you have a question for Anton?
Yeah, so I actually don't know if we'll be able to see it because I think it's through OBS. But I was gonna see if
okay.
you could show us your switch to your camera screen. That's like behind you.
No, because it would be OBS.
Yeah. Okay.
It did. Yeah, but basically, I essentially have a camera set up right there, more or less, up on the other shelf. And it basically feeds into the computer. It just connects through Camlink. And then basically, I can just switch to that as need. Well, I only use it in the beginning and at the end, really. I don't really use it any other time. I have been, it's one of those things where I think CJ said, like, what else can you add to your setup? I always have ideas. I'm always like, I would love to have like a second camera. I have like this camera angle, and I'd love to like look over here and be looking at you. Have like a second camera, right? But then it's just one of those things. It's like, do I want to spend another $1,000 on a camera?
Oh, I'm thinking of
But
another
your camera
$57
quality
webcam.
but your camera quality, I was telling Jeffrey, I said, we use webcams. A majority of YouTubers use webcams, but Anton uses real cameras, which is why everything, including Anton, is crystal clear. Like it's
You
all
see
so
all the
crystal
zits.
clear.
Well, somebody said that was from you ringing the bell with your forehead. I didn't see that episode.
Oh yeah, that happened. That happened. Yeah, when I was like hitting the forehead. No, the spot over here, that's just a birthmark. My wife keeps telling me I gotta go get that removed. Uh,
Oh, so is
but
that your Mishka assistant? It's your wife that brings in
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mishka.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's the one that a lot of people are like, who is that in your intros? They'll ask me because she started recently. If you watched any of the videos, you'll hear her voice in the beginning of the video asking me basically kind of behind the scenes
Oh,
what the
okay.
video is about or what's going on or so yeah that's her. That's she helps out. Yeah.
That's great, man.
She'll provide some voice in the background on some of this stuff. And like when we did, for example, the Christmas episode or the Halloween episode, she's the one that because those are again I treat them as special live streams. So it's the Halloween special, Christmas special, and I always try to do something a little bit different for those. So I'll set up like a bunch of Christmas ones. We had a bunch of Christmas related calls where we found a Santa Claus stuck in a chimney and we found a bunch of reindeer in someone's backyard and we found the abandoned Santa sleigh on Grove Street. And again, I use her voice because I get her to record dispatch. She's basically my dispatch where she basically gives me a call like 3 Adam 10 respond to Grove Street, someone reporting an abandoned vehicle. So that's her voice right there where I'll
Oh
take the
wow, I
call and
didn't
then we
know
head
that.
out.
I did not
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome, man.
It is. Alex says, I want to know how Anton is doing. Alex Steele, and tell him I said I'm sorry for being lurky in his chat. It's going too fast for me.
Alex, I am doing terrible. Everything
Stop,
sucks.
stop lurking.
I'm good, Alex. How are you? Alex Steele, another one of my longtime fans. He's been around for a very, very long time as well. Hi, Alex. I'm doing good. I hope you are doing good as well, Alex.
A lot of
Yeah, I
people in
think a
here
lot
want
of
to let me know
your
that they're here.
yeah, I think a lot of your fans are over this way tonight.
Oh,
Anton.
great!
A
I'm
lot of
glad.
them
I'm
are
glad
coming
people
up.
made it
Yeah.
out. I was hoping people would make it out, right? So that's why I was like, okay, I gotta, I was talking about it on Friday, and I'm like, I gotta put it
Yeah.
on. I put it on Twitter today, and then I throw it in my in Discord. I'm
I'll,
like, we got to get people out, right?
I'll tell you what, I'm at 81 likes, and I don't think I've ever had this many likes. I've never broken 100 likes in a live stream, never. So it's
Well, let's
getting
do it
close.
right now,
Let's
everybody.
do it.
It's
Come on,
Now, then we
everybody.
can do a like spike.
like spike. Let's go, everybody! Smash that like button right now. We got a like spike going on. I want to see
Like
lots of
spike.
spam in the chat. I want to see lots of likes in here right now. We are counting down to 100 likes for our level up. There you go.
Everybody
Nice,
spam it up,
nice.
everybody.
That was
Cryptic
great.
Monkey with the
Yeah,
$20
that was
super chat.
awesome.
Wow,
There you
Cryptic
go.
coming through with a $20 super chat. Hey, man, there we go. Oh, they're spamming the chat. Spam
There
it
you
up.
go.
I
It was a little
appreciate
bit
the like
weird
spike, man.
not doing it with the music, but
Hey, like spike's a like spike, man.
like
Music
spike
or
is a
not.
like spike, right? Like
That's
spike is
right.
a like spike.
So, Cookies, are you starstruck up there, man? You've been quiet this episode, brother.
I
You got
know
anything?
Yeah,
that
you took
Cookies,
all
you
my
told me that-
questions.
Well,
You took all my questions.
I remember you telling me earlier when I talked to you in Discord that you said you had some questions for Anton.
Yeah, you took all of them.
Ask away.
Yeah,
Did
we couldn't
we?
really
I'm
get
sorry.
anything in.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I did have one for you, Anton.
Please.
Just
Roughly,
one.
roughly off the top of your head, how much was your setup? Off the top of your head.
Oof.
Jesus Christ.
It's like 12,000.
I mean, roughly off the top of my head, I mean, as I kind of look around here, I mean, over 10,000 for sure. I mean, just
Wow.
Wow.
right off the bat. Microphone $700, camera $900. The audio equipment, by the time you add up everything, at least $500 to $700. Actually, no, sorry, the preamp is $700 on its own. So it quickly starts to very quickly starts to add up. And I haven't even gotten into the PC specs. And I
Yeah.
have 2 PCs, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time all said and done, yes, probably way over $10,000. I will say that it has been over the years, right? It's not like I went out and I bought absolutely everything and set it all up, right? But
Yeah.
when I started, I was also using a webcam. And then I upgraded to like a camera, and it was one of those it was like a Canon handheld camera. Then I upgraded to like another Sony camera. And now I ended up upgrading to like this one. So yeah, so like over the years, I've kind of been building it up, right? Interestingly enough, and some people ask me about it, and I don't really talk much about it because I've never been like the one to, I don't know, show it off, right? Like if you like look at my channel, you're not gonna really see any videos aside from like the studio tour. You don't really see any videos like of me, I don't know, getting new stuff, right? Like where I like unbox it, or I put it like, when I got the lights like for this corner right down there, and you can kind of see that corner now lit up, right? Because I was looking at my streams and I was like, it's kind of dark over there. I want to have a light. I just went on Amazon, I bought the lights and I put them in, and next time I went live, that corner was lit up, and I didn't even say anything about it. I think like somebody noticed and they said, "Oh, hey, you got a light in there now."
It's amazing what they
Right?
notice, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, right. But like, yeah, I guess other YouTubers, and not that there's anything wrong with it, right? They'll make a bigger deal out of it, like, oh my god, guys, I just got these new lights, right? We're gonna open them up, we're gonna install them, right? I don't know. I've just never really been like, I don't know. I feel almost weird, and maybe I should do more of it because I know people are excited and they want to see what I'm doing in the studio or what I'm upgrading and stuff, right? So maybe I
Right.
should do more of that just to show it off. But I've always kind of felt weird, like, whatever, I'm getting this stuff, I don't need to show it off. Um, but I mean, I'm sure people kind of want to see it. But yeah, I think like over the years, it's probably probably even more than $10,000 now that I start kind of pricing some of these items out, and I'm going,
Great question, Cookies.
Yeah.
Now he hates himself.
I'm sorry.
But it gets the job
That's
done. But that
yeah.
$10,000 does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you, my approach to it was like, I can, I can start with very basic stuff and kind of build it up. And once, if I become a bigger YouTuber, once I get 100,000 subscribers, I'll get a better microphone, right? My approach has just been, I'm gonna, I realize that I have the opportunity. All right, I'm able to, I have a full time job, and I'm able to, I work in technology, and I'm able to, afford these things, right? And so I understand, that I'm privileged in that regard, right? Where I'm able to go out and say, I'm going to get a $700 microphone, right? And I'm going to get a studio quality microphone because I want to invest upfront into that equipment. Even if I'm not a huge YouTuber, there's YouTubers that have millions of subscribers that don't use the stuff that I use. And it's probably overkill for what it is. But I don't know. I just kind of made that decision to just invest early into the equipment and kind of have some of this best, equipment that I can have. And then, build a channel on that and build a channel on that quality, right? And
Is
also
your
just
end
to align with my style, because I remember, I'm just going to say one thing, just to even align with my style, because I remember when I first started, I would have this huge boom arm that kind of came out here with a microphone right in front of my face. And I remember, even saying like, I kind of felt like I was so, I don't know, I was so like trapped here, right, with this boom arm
Right.
coming out. So I've always had
Yeah.
the idea of like, I wanted to free myself. I didn't want to have a microphone. So I was always kind of thinking about that. And eventually, I ended up just going with like this one over here that now is literally, it's right here. And it's just literally a little bit out of camera. And that's what I've been using ever since, right? So, and again, because that's my style, I use my hands a lot, I kind of move around and stuff, right? So I always felt trapped. So that was also a solution for me, not just to say that, oh, look at me, I have this awesome microphone, but also because it kind of aligns with my style, that I don't want to have anything in front of me that's, making me trapped, right?
Right.
Yeah. Which I
Now
think
you're
Yeah.
that's
go Cookies.
no,
No, go ahead,
I
brother.
was just gonna say I think that's a great idea to have it above you, because like you said, it's out of the camera range, so it's not like blocking
Yeah.
your face from the camera and such.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, again, everybody does it differently, and there's a lot of successful YouTubers that will have, like, even in some cases, like this huge, humongous microphone in front of their face, right? And it works for them. You got to find what works for you, right? That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I felt trapped. Other people, they kind of want that, or maybe they're in an environment where, not that my environment is all that soundproof, but there's other people that are in an environment where the audio quality is extremely important in the sense that the microphone has to be in front of them because it's going to pick up all of these outside noises. So yeah, so you just got to find what works for you. And there's a lot of there's even big YouTubers that just kind of use your microphone on a headset, right? And it works wonders for them, right? So yeah, I think
Right.
you just got to find what works for you and go with it. And then if you get to a point where um you want to upgrade, or you feel like yeah, this is not working for me and I want to go to something else, right? That's I think that's when you kind of make that next step, right?
Right.
Again, I just decided to you know because I have the ability, I just decided to kind of make that step earlier rather than later, and that's why I invested in some of this equipment, which is probably in some cases overkill, but I also enjoy that aspect of it too. I also kind of enjoy that technical aspect where I'm like, oh yeah, let me fiddle around with all of these, audio things and see what we can, make happen.
Yeah.
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 Hi, Lauren. How are you? So your goal. Can you tell the person in the cap? He reminds me of Bay Area bugs. It's got to be Cookies.
Why does everybody say that?
Nice.
Bay Area
Speaking of,
biscuits.
So your goal.
sorry, I was gonna say, speaking of microphones, um, I've had the pleasure of working with HyperX over the past year, and they've really supported my channel in many ways, and they've kind of stood behind me. And as the channel, of course, gets bigger, we'll see what happens. But we've been able to do some really awesome giveaways with HyperX, and if you guys don't mind, maybe we can give away solo cast on the live
Look at
stream
that.
to somebody watching. It's a nice little USB microphone. I actually have it right here. We're gonna give two away. Well, we're gonna give one away on your live stream, and I'm gonna give another one away on my live stream this week coming up. But maybe you guys, we can do some sort of a draw here for some people in the chat and give away one of these HyperX
Oh, wow.
Solocast microphones.
Looky there. Wow.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Well, I leave that up to you guys to figure out. The only rule that I need is they have to be a resident of Canada or the U.S. and
Right.
and maybe if they're part of your Discord, Meet the Gamers Discord, maybe people can jump in there as well. So that way, I'll be able to connect with them afterwards and get their information. Otherwise, I'll let you guys decide how you want to do the draw. We can do something. I don't know if you
Uh,
have something set up. I know I'm dropping it on you as a surprise, but
no,
you know,
No, it's all
Yeah,
good.
it's
it's
Yeah.
cool.
idea,
What we
yeah.
could what we could do is sneaky.
Yeah.
Can you're a fast typer?
hmm
You think you can go to Google and bring up that wheel of names and just start throwing names on there?
Yeah.
We're gonna do it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
Uh,
not?
what?
or we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it in the next. As we keep chatting in the next.
Okay. All right.
20
Yeah.
minutes or whatever,
So what?
right?
What do you use? What do you use, Jeffrey?
It's called Wheel of Names.
Okay.
And then you could just screen share when we're ready. And you
Yeah.
got to get them
Okay.
from all three of our chats because we want everybody to be
Okay.
able to.
All right.
So
Like,
no
okay.
pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. It's good. I'm just gonna
Hey.
throw in names.
Sneaky, just so you know, you can put the Meet the Gamers logo in the middle of that in the
Okay.
middle of that wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also throw Jeffrey Gamer in that list of names too. And Anton, if you ever sell any of your PCs, let me know. Contact me through Discord. I would I would
I'm
gladly
quitting
love to.
YouTube and I'm having a clearance sale. Everything is 50% off.
Everything must go. So if you're in my chat, please throw a thumbs up if you are a Canadian resident, an American resident, and you want to be in the giveaway, and you're going to be here. And also go down. We all have the Meet the Gamers Discord link in our description. So make sure you join that so Anton can get a hold of you.
Jeffrey.
And yeah, I think that's awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, we'll give
That's amazing, man.
yeah, we'll give one away, and HyperX. It's actually not me that sends it out; it's HyperX that sends it out. So
okay.
I just need to grab their information, and then I'll pass that over to HyperX, and then they will get their own SoloCast USB microphone.
So if you don't mind me asking, Anton, are you sponsored by HyperX?
I am.
Nice. That is nice. That's always good. Man, oh my God, I want to be sponsored so bad someday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead
really
and share my
do.
screen.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
awesome.
Sneaky.
Yeah, they came to
Yeah,
me.
if you guys
They
wanna
came to me
watch
last year, and we built a great relationship over the over 2020, and they're going to be continuing to work with me in 2021, which is great. And they do a lot of like awesome giveaways where we've given away, oh God, we've given away mice, we've given away a bunch of headsets, the same ones that I'm wearing. We gave away 2 pairs of those. So yeah, so every few months, I want to say every 3 months or so, we typically give something away, and this is the next giveaway. You're going to give away 2 of these microphones. It's actually pretty cool looking. They keep wanting me to kind of use the microphone, but I'm like, guys, I got a $700 microphone right here.
Which
Right,
is
but,
nice. It's nice.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it is.
no, HyperX, they're really cool. Like they're not they don't force me to do anything, right, that I don't want to do, or anything that doesn't work with my setup or anything like that, right? So but they have these giveaways, and I just find it as a great way to like give back to the community.
Right.
Right, like I would either make a video about it or do something just to get the message out there that people can enter. I thought for these ones, because I just got it, and I'm like, okay, great, I got to give 2 away, so they'll typically they'll send me one that I can do something with, whether I make a video or I feature it somehow. And then they're saying that, yeah, we'll give us the name of 2 winners, and then we'll mail those out. And yeah, the only condition for the prize is that you have to be either in Canada or the United States, just because of the shipping. And then I thought, hey, I'm like, I'm gonna be on Meet the Gamers. Let's give away one on Meet the Gamers, and then I'll give away the second one on one of my live streams coming up this.
That's
week.
absolutely awesome of you, man. I think that's very
really
cool
generous
of you to
of you,
do.
Anton. We really appreciate that. That is amazing. Yeah.
I
So
thought
guys,
it'd be a nice little surprise, right? So that's why I was like, I'm sorry to drop it on you guys as a surprise, but I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
cool,
surprise
man.
them.
no, man, we're all for. That's great. So anybody in my live chat right now, in Jeffrey's chat, in Cookie's chat, anybody that wants to be in this giveaway, Anton's giving away a mic from HyperX. If you are in the US or in Canada, right, Anton?
Yep.
Okay. Put a thumbs up in the chat, guys, and Sneaky's going to put your name in the wheel of names, and we're going to do a spin for this mic.
And make sure you guys join the Meet the Gamers Discord, so that way afterwards I can connect with the winner and get your information. I will just preface by saying I will need your real name and your real address, that you can privately, message me as the winner, because I do have to provide that to HyperX for you, of course, to receive your product, right? So I don't want people to like be weirded out when I'm asking them for their private information, but we do need to send it to you. So we will need that info so we can get it out to you. But yeah, we've given away a bunch of prizes. Some people are like, "Oh, fake giveaway." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not fake. Like you'll have people that have won on my channel, and they can attest to the fact that they have received their prizes. Plus, HyperX doesn't give anything away doesn't do any fake giveaways. So
right, absolutely, yeah. So guys, if you do, good luck to everybody involved. Good luck to all the players involved. And for the one that does win, like Anton said, link up with him in the Meet the Gamers Discord. The link is in the description below, guys, for the Meet the Gamers Discord. So make sure you join that if you haven't already. so that
So,
if you do win, you can link up with Anton and he can get all your information.
hey CJ,
Yeah.
make sure you guys are watching my stream. So if anybody doesn't see their name, then they can just say pop in chat real quick.
Yep.
If anybody what now?
If can you make sure you're watching my screen so everyone can see in case they don't see their name up here and I can go and add their name.
Yeah, I tried to get it to pop up, but it acts like it doesn't want to come up on my screen.
It'll load up in a second. It did the same thing for mine too.
Same.
Okay, I got you.
Now I feel bad because I'm making Sneaky do all this work.
It's honestly fine. I'm a fast typer. I don't really mind.
That's why I asked Sneaky, because man, I usually hear him. Them fingers are running that keyboard
Yeah.
over there, man.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting over there going,
There it
So,
is.
yeah, hashtag.
Yeah, I
"Where's
can almost.
Connor?"
Yeah, I
Connor's
can almost
excluded.
bet Sneaky can probably type about 60 to 70 words a minute, maybe faster
80,
than
80.
that.
It's
80.
80.
Oh.
Is
Oh,
it 80? Oh, I was close. I was
show off.
close.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's
Show off. He's
almost
like,
9. My
93.
highest is like 93, and my average is 80 something.
I'm like a pick and peck typer.
Yep, same here, dude. Two pointer fingers.
Imposter, sure.
No, I type all right. I type okay. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not like a fast typer, but I can type pretty quick if I need to. I'm not nowhere near 60 words a minute, or even probably 30 to say the least. But I can type fast if I need
you
to.
got to
For
get
my-
that CD. Mavis Beacon teaches you typing.
See, that's the thing I don't do. I don't do home row keys. I type with these fingers right here. That's the ones I use. That's it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I took typing in school. In high school, I took typing classes. I took welding classes, and I don't know, man. The typing just never stuck with me. You know, it was always these three fingers right here that I used. I never could use that pinky.
And I
Yeah,
want
my emails keep my typing up to par. The daily work emails.
Yes, Jinxie, pick and peck typer. He said pick and peck typer. Ha, CJ, that
So
made me
speaking of that, Anton, is your end goal to be a full-time YouTuber? Because I know you work full-time, correct?
I do. I mean, yeah, of course, right? You know, and it'd be great to be full time and to be able to do this, you know, on a full time basis, right? We'll obviously see what the two YouTube gods decide upstairs, but
Right. Right.
you know, or I should say in California where they are. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to be able to do, you know, that full time. I truly do enjoy it, and I kind of enjoy all the different aspects, whether it's editing or, you know, making the videos or live streaming. So to be able to kind of do that full time I think that would be great. I would
The
love
greatest
that.
job in the world, man. The
Right.
greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
They say if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And you know, man, I'm a firm believer in that. And when people, you know, compliment me on my videos and tell me how much it's helped them, I always make sure to say the pleasure is all mine, because in all honesty, it really is. It's a pleasure doing this. Whether it's a tutorial I'm doing or whether it's a patrol I'm doing, I love doing it either way. It's a real pleasure. It really is. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to see what the years bring for everybody here. You know, it's just going to be amazing, man.
Yeah, hopefully 2021 will be a good year for all of us, right? It's
Oh, geez.
Much
know,
better than 20.
okay.
20.
Yeah, right. It's just one of those things too, you know. I think like with YouTube is and I think back to like my history of the past 4 years, you know. It's I'll some of it is luck. You know, a lot of it is hard work, right? You know, everybody wants a shortcut, myself included. But a lot of it is just got to keep cranking out that content. You got to keep putting stuff out there, and you got to, you know, find your audience. Um, and, and hopefully, you know, luck is on your side, because I find that like even with me, it's just there's some luck sprinkled in there as well, because all of a sudden it's like YouTube is now pushing some of the content a lot more than before. So yeah, so hopefully you just never know. It's like one of those things where you can go live and you can blow up, right? You can upload a video and it can blow up, right? And
Right.
I've seen some questionable stuff on YouTube in a sense that um it's like just like your basic run of the mill GTA 5 video. Like I sat down, There's no face cam or anything. I literally sat down on my PS5, recorded, 3 minutes of me driving a car, put that video on YouTube, and it's like it's got 5 million views.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
what? It's like, what?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like,
Wow.
right. So I've come across those types of videos, right? I've never, I've never had that sort of success on YouTube, but I've come across those sort of videos, and I'm going there like, what? What?
Yeah.
How? Right?
Yeah.
But like,
Right.
luck was on. Obviously, luck was on their side because for whatever reason it blew up. So that's what I mean. It's like you just got to keep cranking stuff out and keep throwing at the wall, and you never know. You might throw something out there, and it might blow up tomorrow, and boom, there you go. You got millions of views or hundreds of
Yeah. You
thousands
never
of
know
views.
when you're gonna
Right?
do
You
a
never know.
video and it's gonna go viral, man. You just never know.
Yep.
Right? You never know.
Yep.
Or it might get picked up. I've seen stuff get picked up a year later. You make a video, it kind of bombs or it doesn't do as well, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And the next thing you know, it's like, wait a second, that video, what? Really?
Right.
A
Right.
year
Right.
later, it's like starts, taking up. And I've seen that with a couple of my videos where, again, it's nothing major, but you kind of see that uptick in traffic, and I'm going, oh, okay, I'll take it, but I don't know why, but I'll take it.
Right. Right.
And,
Oh, are we at 90? Are we at? No, I was gonna say for
Nice.
my particular stream, you have to put a thumbs up to be in the giveaway and hit that thumbs up to be in the
Yes.
giveaway.
We need 10 more. That's it. We need
10
10 more
10
likes.
more
And then we level up, guys. That's it.
94. Look at that. 94. Come on. 6 more likes. Can I get 6 more? Can I get 6 more? 6 more likes?
6 more likes for Jeffrey, guys. Go like it up for Jeffrey, guys. Go like it up for him.
Hold on. We
think
might
I've
make
already-
this possible.
And
We got
I did want to say, well, we're talking about the Discord server. If you guys run into any issues with the server, such as like the verify isn't working or like any of the channels aren't working, just go ahead and DM me, guys. I'm usually the one who takes care of that stuff. So just DM me. I'll fix it. Give me like 5-10 minutes and it'll be fixed. And yeah.
Can you
Alright.
guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Jeffrey.
Yep.
Yes. So I have to go. So who can I send the names to real quick?
Oh, I'll do it. I can do it.
Okay. I'm sending them all to your DMs. Okay.
You got it.
Did he have an emergency? Is everything okay?
Not so sure. Folks, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put you on my waiting screen real quick while I go through my Discord and get these names and get it all set up for y'all. 1 second.
Making you
Well,
guys
that
do
was an
more work.
unexpected turn of events.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, he's like, here, Jeffrey, I'm gonna put all this stuff on you.
There you go. Do it. Do it. It's all good. I got it. We can get this. We can get this going here.
Did he just send the wheel over to you or what?
The names. I'll just bring the wheel up.
And all you gotta
I'm
do is just paste the names into the.
Yeah,
wheel.
I'm pretty familiar with the wheel. It's the same one I use for all of my giveaways. I love
Is it
the
the
wheel.
one that I used last time, Jeffrey?
Yeah, yep.
The same
Yep.
one?
Guys, we're at
Yeah, that's-
97 likes on Jeffrey's stream, guys. We're so close.
Hell yeah.
We're almost
Wow,
there, guys. Come
nice. 97 likes.
So we're gonna
Oh,
go
98.
ahead
3 more.
Two
remove
more.
all of these.
2 more likes, guys. 2 more likes to break Jeffrey on 100.
Come on, guys.
going-
99.
I'll remove my name out of there.
Did you
I
say
don't
this
need-
would be your first time breaking 100 likes, Jeffrey?
I have never broken 100 likes during a live stream. I just
99?
hit 100 likes. Hey, that's what I'm
Hey,
talking
There you
Yeah,
go,
about.
100
man.
likes.
There you go.
Nice.
Wow.
Do we hit a
Nice,
do we
guys.
hit a 100 likes?
We
Yep.
hit 100 likes.
100.
Okay, it's the GMANTONZ level up. Here we go. Whoa!
There it is.
Yes, do it. That's so great, man. That is so great.
There
Yeah.
you go.
I appreciate it, everybody out there. I appreciate it. Next like goal, 200 likes. Let's get to 200 likes before we end. No, let me stop. That is awesome. I
Nice.
wish I had some. I didn't think it was going to be like a huge thing and or something that I was going to be close to during this stream. So I wish I had something more suitable for hitting 100 likes. But I appreciate you all so much. I really do.
That's okay. See, that's how it starts, right? And now you can like think about what you want to do next time you hit 100 and be
Yep.
ready for it, right? And that's the thing with me, right? That's kind of how, I keep doing it. It's like you don't really expect it, or it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Then it happens. And you're like, okay, now that it happened, what do we want to do? Because when it happens again, we're going to do something bigger, right? We're going to do something
Yeah.
better, right? And that's
So I need to get
progression. That's
prepared.
YouTube progression for you as a creator and stuff, right? Because, that's how you keep evolving and improving and building on your channel.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
There it is right there, guys. If you want to bring it up, you can go ahead and bring it up. I believe we have everybody's name on here. Let me go ahead and bring my video back here. We got the name up. We got all the names on the wheel. Anton, are you ready to give this wheel a spin?
I'm spinning. How am I going to spin it? Yeah,
Well, you can't spin it. I'm going to have to spin it, but
Oh, let me pull it up.
I'm just
Jeffrey.
saying, are
Sorry,
you
let me
ready
pull it
to
up.
do it? Are you ready to do it?
I
There we
am
go,
ready
guys.
to give away the HyperX Solo Cat.
All right.
All right.
Here we
Let's do
go.
it.
CJ Cookies, you guys ready?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it, man.
All right,
Here we
fellas.
go, guys.
Let me go ahead and give it a nice shuffle here.
I see Jeffrey
And-
put his logo in there instead of everybody. That's
It,
nice.
it's yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
I'm
it's-
kidding. I'm
All
kidding,
right.
Jeffrey.
Hey, CJ with the $9.99 super chat. Here's your first 100 likes. Congrats, brother. So proud to see how far you've come,
Nice.
CJ. Thank you so much, brother.
You know it, man.
I appreciate you so much, man. All right, here we go, guys and gals.
go.
The wheel is spinning.
There it goes, guys. Who is it going to be?
That's all right, Sphinx. It's all good, man.
Ooh.
Look at.
Oh man,
Looks
looky
like
there.
Luke.
Look at that.
Looks like Luke the gamer.
Oh,
Luke
there it is,
Gamer.
Luke the
Luke the
gamer.
Oh.
And I just seen him in here a while ago too. Luke the gamer. Congratulations to Luke.
Congrats.
Congrats to Luke the gamer. Is Luke still in the chat? Is he still in here?
I just seen him in here not too long ago. He just said something a little earlier. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not. Luke the gamer, are you anywhere in anybody's live stream here, man?
Come on, Luke.
Boing.
Come on
Luke
down.
The gamer. Luke the gamer. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's in
Is this
CJ
thing on?
chat. He's in CJ chat.
Okay, he's in there.
Oh,
He
okay,
is
He's
in
in
there he
there.
is.
Congrats, Luke.
Yes, congratulations, man.
All right, there he is.
Amazing. Awesome.
Luke, you won. You won, man. You won the mic.
So yeah, I'll
That is
get in touch with Luke. I think he's also part of my Discord, so I'll ping him. I'm gonna grab your information and then get that out to you. Hopefully next week, HyperX will get that out to you, and then we are gonna give another one on one of my live streams this week coming up. So if you haven't won, make sure you guys stop by because we are gonna give another one away. And stay tuned because we're gonna have more giveaways. That's the beauty of working with HyperX is they always do these giveaways every few months. So we'll probably have another one in March.
Yeah, that's
or
cool.
something.
That's cool of them.
We'll
I'm
do
gonna
another
have
one.
to. I'm gonna have to look into that. This just in. Luke Gaming said, "Just give it to Jeffrey Gamer." That's very nice of you, Luke. I appreciate it.
He did not say
Um,
that. He did not say that. He did
No.
not. No, he did not.
No.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
That's Jeffrey cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Non-transferable, okay? Non-transferable.
Non-transferable. He'd have to get it and send it to me himself. I got it. Hey, what's up, that guy Caleb? How you doing?
What do you mean,
That
Jeffrey?
guy
You have a
Caleb
blue
coming in?
Yeti. You got a blue Yeti.
Yes, I love my microphone. My wife got it for me for Christmas, and I love
Nice.
this microphone. Yeah. So I greatly appreciate you doing that giveaway, Anton.
No, of course,
think
it's my pleasure. I thought it'd be
Yeah.
a great little thing that we can do on the stream as well for for everybody watching. So, yeah, it's my pleasure.
somebody else did a surprise giveaway or something. Was it on this show or the leftovers? Which, by the way, we always extend an invite to all of our guests to join the leftovers. The leftovers, the Meet the Gamers leftovers, is kind of it's a more laid back. Well, not laid back, but
PG-13.
yeah, it's a little
Oh,
less
so you mean I can
PG.
take this off?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you really wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a late night meet the gamers type thing, is what it
Yeah.
is.
It's actually on right now. They start at 11, and we always extend the invite over to our guests if they, after this, if you wanted to pop in there, that's totally up to you. But I really, really want to thank you for taking the time to come on Meet the Gamers and actually be a great. All of our guests are great, but you were an awesome guest, man.
Yeah, you were.
You kept it informative, you kept it fun, and you just did it Anton style, man. And
I
I
did it,
greatly
Anton
appreciate
style.
that.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun, and it's my pleasure, and thank you guys so much for for having me. And you never know, right? We'll come back maybe again, and at that point I might have 2 million subscribers, and then you
Two
guys can be like,
million
this guy with two
subscribers.
million subscribers is going to be on Meet the Gamers, right?
You
And
do only get one spot a year though. So 2022 is when we'll see you.
okay,
No.
well, hopefully by then I'll have 2 million subscribers.
Hopefully by then you'll be doing I know by then you'll be doing YouTube full time, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me because the way Anton, that's why I was saying he grows. His
Yes, man.
subscriber base grows so it's amazing how fast your subscriber base grows, Anton. It's really amazing.
Yeah, lately
Awesome.
it's been a bit on fire lately, which is great. So now it's like at 55. So now we're just 5 away from 60, and then that obviously
Wow.
puts us 40 away from the big 100. The 100 is always like the big milestone that you want to hit, right? Because
Oh,
at
you
that
get your
point,
plaque.
You get your
the
plaque,
right?
right?
and
Yeah,
yeah,
the
man.
Man.
plaque,
And
the verified check mark, right? So
yeah. Then you can
you
go
know,
to your boss and tell your boss, listen, man, don't piss me off. I've got 100,000 subscribers. I'll quit this job right now.
gonna need a few more.
Yeah,
You know?
gonna need a few more.
If you live in Toronto, you need a few more to be able to quit your job.
Wait, what does that mean? What do you mean? If you live in
If God, the cost of living here, it's insane.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Toronto is expensive. We got trapped in Toronto. We went there.
What do you mean trapped?
My wife and I went to
That
Toronto.
sounds like a good title to a movie.
Yeah,
Trapped in Toronto.
trapped in Toronto. My wife and I went to Toronto, and we used her father-in-law's car, or my father-in-law's car, and we went with my brother-in-law and his girlfriend, and they had a Dodge Journey. Okay, for some reason, Dodge
Oh
Journey
boy.
puts the batteries in the wheel well of the car. So
Okay.
we went there, and we were right near that. What's that big square? We were in like the Times Square of Toronto, where they got that
Dundas
big.
Square.
Yes. And when we were in there, the car battery died. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. $100 super chat from Cryptic Monkey. Wow, dude.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow, Cryptic.
That is
Man, dude.
amazing.
Holy cow.
Holy cow, look at that.
Jesus, Cryptic. I wish I had fireworks and balloons and shit to release on my screen, man, but I don't, dude. Wow, that is absolutely that's amazing, Cryptic. Thank you so much, brother. Much love, man. I can't tell you how much. Smiling muff to muff, CJ. Muff to muff, man.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
Yeah,
That is
so
amazing. That's awesome.
the car
That
died.
is.
The car died. We were at that McDonald's that's right near that square.
Yep.
And it was raining, it was snowing, and we couldn't get the car started. We couldn't get AAA because we live in the States, and there was some weird things. So we were
We don't have
literally,
AAA here. We have like CAA,
yeah,
but
but the car was covered. We had no more money left. Didn't know how to get the money from her father. He did have AAA, so we were trying to figure out how can we get AAA to, but he figured out how to wire us money. We were using hotspots at McDonald's, and it was crazy. We had a fun time there, though. We went to a concert venue right there that's right near that particular part of Toronto, but we were homeless in Toronto for about 4 hours.
trapped and
About 4
homeless.
hours.
Trapped and homeless in
homeless
Toronto.
in
That sounds
Toronto, man.
amazing.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
you go. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Toronto
Toronto
was a
is
great
like New York, except without all the stuff.
place.
Now we
Smells
have a lot.
better. Smells
We
better,
have a
too.
lot of we have a lot of stuff here, but it's one of those things. I guess when you live in the city, you don't appreciate it as much as people that visit, right? To me, it's like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah. So do
But
you
then other
live
people
close
come.
by to that particular part of Toronto? The I
I'm
call
like
it
on
the
the
Times Square of Toronto.
Yeah, so that's like the downtown area. I'm on the west end of the city, but I'm still in what's considered Toronto, right? So,
Okay.
because obviously, like the Greater Toronto area is a fairly large urban area, and you have all of these other cities and towns that they're not really even separated from each other because it's just like sprawled out so much that they're all pretty much connected. But a lot of people are like, yeah, I live in Toronto. Meanwhile, they're like, you know, 45 minutes away in like another town. But yeah, I actually like, yeah, I live in Toronto, but I'm just on the west end of the city. I'm about, without traffic, 20 minutes away from Dundas Square. With traffic, 45.
Oh, okay. So you've driven on that one hell of a bridge that takes you to Toronto. It's a
Oh yeah,
bridge.
the
It's a
the the
highway,
one,
the one that
yep,
curves. It's
yeah,
like
the one over,
800 feet over the
yeah, it's like
water.
over Hamilton, yep,
Yeah. Oh man,
yep.
you talk about a scary bridge, man. That is a scary bridge, dude.
I think it was
Is
it
it?
last year or the
It
year
is.
before? Last year or the year before, there was a dump truck that was driving on the highway, and it had its like bucket up, and it
Oh
actually like
Jesus.
hit the bridge, and it was like a whole thing, and they ended up actually closing the entire thing because it caused like structural damage and obviously the cleanup from it. But yeah, it was like this big story where, and then in the winter too, especially when you get a lot of winds, they actually end up closing. It's called the Skyway, so they end up closing the Skyway because it's just too windy for cars. The cars can literally get blown off there, or trucks can get blown
Oh
off there because
wow.
it's so high up. And I
It is.
remember,
It
yeah, I remember
is.
one time I was actually coming back from like the Niagara region. I was coming back here to Toronto, and this was a lot of years ago. But and I was driving. There was a snowstorm that was just starting, and it was coming down, and I was approaching the Skyway and I see like all these cars lined up. I'm like, oh no, they closed it down. We're gonna have to go around because you can go around it, but it's a huge pain to go around it. They actually didn't close it down. So they had like this police barricade set up, and they were basically forcing everybody into a single lane. So then when you pulled up to the police barricade, the cop basically said to me, just drive slow, drive right in the middle, and you'll be fine. And I was like, "Oh my god." So there I am on the Skyway, right? So they were basically spacing out cars, and they were basically telling everybody, not to be an idiot and to just take it slow because I was literally driving over the Skyway like by myself, and like I swear, and I guess it's just a feeling, but it's like you can feel the car being moved by the wind, right? Like you can just feel like
Right.
I'm like trying to fight it back a little bit, trying to keep it in the center lane because you can like feel the wind was so strong that it was just like it was gonna like it wasn't gonna blow the car off, but like you can feel the power of the wind inside the car, and that's why because it's usually I think what like 4 lanes or something, but they basically closed all those 4 or 5 lanes down, turned it into a single lane car, one car at a time pretty much, or spaced out so that way you can just safely make it across the Skyway without being blown
Oh yeah,
over.
Well, being the fact
here's
that
the dump
bridges are
truck.
designed to give anyway, if
Right
you're sitting
there.
still on a bridge, you'll feel them
You'll feel the
kind
movement a
of
little bit,
move.
yeah. Yeah.
That's creepy alone, especially when you're above, water or high up, to say the least. I mean, they're all designed to do that. I've sit on so many bridges where you can just sit there in traffic and feel them just
Just
give,
move a little bit.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a picture up right now of the dump truck that hit that
Oh,
part
the
of the
dump truck,
bridge,
yeah,
man.
accident, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it
that's
had
pretty
its bucket
crazy.
up. It was driving with its bucket up, going, highway speeds, right? Or
What's up?
whatever that thing called at the back of the dump truck.
Yeah.
And then it basically, because obviously there's only so much clearance, right? When you have the whole thing up, like that extended. And then yeah, it just like plowed right into the bridge. It was they had it shut down, I think, for a few days. Because there
Wow.
was
Wow.
structural damage on.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say they probably
assuming
gotta
he
check the
didn't
structural
know.
on it.
Is it saying he didn't know, Jeffrey, that the bucket was open, or he just what?
Yeah, I think he didn't know. I can't quite remember now the
Some of the
reasoning
newer
behind.
trucks come with beepers in the truck, in the cab, where if you start driving over a certain speed, because a lot of the
They'll
trucks
tell
are
you.
made to, yeah, a lot of the trucks are made to be able to pull forward when you're dumping, right? But I think if you hit like 20 miles an hour and your bucket's lifted, there's a beeper that goes off. But in the picture I just saw, I showed to the stream, it looked like an older truck. You know, it looked like it was an older truck, so it might not have had that safety feature in it. You know. But that's crazy. I would not have wanted to be on that bridge.
No.
When that happened, man. But yeah, that bridge is very sketchy. I remember it was cold and rainy when we had to drive over it, and it was.
And people
pretty
fly
scary.
down that thing all the time. I mean, I'll admit,
Oh yeah.
I'm one of those people that's doing like 80 miles an hour on the bridge. On my way back to the city, I'm like, I'm just done with this. I just want to be home. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a local.
You
right?
know, but yeah, when you're a local, I guess you know what to expect, right? But yeah, because the thing is too, because it's the bridge there when you're heading, it's the city of Hamilton, but you're heading out west and you're kind of going around the lake as you're heading towards the Niagara region and the border. So yeah, you get a lot of like tourist traffic as well. People either going to Toronto from crossing the border in Niagara or going to Niagara Falls.
Right.
There's a lot of traffic going to the falls.
They're trying to adjust their speed to kilometers because we're all mile per hour over here.
Well, yeah, and you'll have that.
Yeah.
And you'll have people looking because then people are going to be like, "Oh my god, like this is so cool!" Because you are really high up, right? Up there. So yeah, a lot of people kind of get distracted, and you'll hear about some accidents. Like, oh, Skyway's closed, and it's a 1 hour detour. It's like, oh my god, don't go that way.
Because that's a major artery. Connor
Yeah.
FTW is in here. He's from Toronto, so is Six Film. They're both from Toronto.
Torontonians.
Connor, you just missed a giveaway, man.
Toronto. We say Toronto. We drop the T. That's how you know somebody's from Toronto.
Toronto.
You don't say Toronto. You say Toronto.
Toronto.
Just like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah. So if you say Toronto, Toronto, then you're like, yeah, you're not from around here, are you? But if you say Toronto, then it's like, yeah, you're one of us.
So
you're from Toronto.
I'll
have to remember that next time we go to Toronto.
Yeah, I used to be I used to be into hockey big time. Like, I love the color of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the blue and the white. I love that. I love the color of the St. Louis Blues, the Nashville Predators, especially the Calgary Flames. I love their colors. I love the Calgary Flame colors. But I used to be into hockey a long time ago. I used to go to a lot of hockey games when I was younger.
See, I know nothing about sports. I'm not a sports guy, so I literally know absolutely nothing about sports. And
Right.
And I'm like, what? Who? The Maple Leafs? What is that? Figure skating? What's going on?
Oh, I thought you knew since you lived there. Yeah, it's
No, I mean, I know the
team. Yeah.
teams, right? I know the teams and stuff. And when like everybody was freaking out when the Toronto Raptors won the championship, I was like, okay, cool. I don't know.
Right.
I've just never been like, I don't know, I've never really been a sports guy. So for me, it's always been like, yeah, whatever, man. People are like, oh, let's go watch the sports game. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna, I'll go with you guys. But, I was never really into sports. The only sports that I watch are the Olympics. So the Winter Olympics and Summer Olympics, I'll watch those. But everything else, I'm like, what? Who's playing? What? Who traded what? I have no idea.
Yeah, I love watching the Winter Olympics. I think the curling is my favorite, where they throw that weight down the ice and they sweep it. Oh, I love it. I love watching the curling, man. I'm
pretty sure that's a Canadian sport too. It was invented in Canada, wasn't it?
I want to say it was, but that looks like the most. And I know you have to be I would imagine you have to be very athletic to do that sweeping type stuff and throwing that weight. But man, it is. Oh my gosh, Jenny Kumbayart coming through. Except from Jeffrey and I with the $50 super chat for criminal justice.
Nice.
Jeffrey, Jenny, thank you guys so much, man.
Absolutely, brother.
Wow, man, that is awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah.
I don't even know what this. Yeah, thank you guys so much, man.
Just smile muff to muff. That's all you got to do.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Smile muff to muff.
Yeah, Jenny, Jeffrey, thank you both so much. I really appreciate that. What an awesome super chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have another question for you, Anton.
Yeah.
When I watched your video, that's the LA metric clock. What is that called?
Yeah, the one behind me right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want one of those
Yeah,
badly.
I
LA,
was
I
thinking
thought
that
that was
myself
LA
when
Metro.
I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
that thing's really cool. Because you
It
tap it and
is.
it like turns to different things.
Yeah, it like turns to like yeah, there's different screens. I usually have like when I have my lights on and stuff, I'll have on air. If I turn my lights off, you'll see it switch there to it'll just show my subscriber
Wow,
count.
look at that. That is
Wow.
Right.
Yeah,
crazy
dude.
insane, man.
That is absolutely wicked the way you have that all set up, man. I am envious of your setup, man. I really, really am. I really am.
Lots of hard work, and trust me, that's the thing.
Coding and
You guys will, you guys will get there, right? It's one of those things where it's like it's a process, right? I've never had it like
Right.
this, and it's like a combination of like years of work. But now that and I always look at things and I'm like, yeah, how can I do this? How can I improve it? Because there's also like a button you can push on it to make it switch. But then I figured out that I can plug it into my home server and automate it through automation. So I'm like, well, why not automate it through automation? I can just push a button and it
Right.
will switch. So if I turn on the lights, as in I'm recording a video or doing a live stream, it just switches to on air. If I no longer am doing anything and I turn off the lights, then it just shows me my light count. So that way, if I walk into the room, I can be like, woo, all the likes, or look at all the subscribers
Wow.
rather. But yeah,
That's
that's
it's got
so
like a whole
cool.
bunch of other
amazing.
functions. Besides that, I don't use it much, but it's got a clock. It's got like you can do weather on it. I mean, there's all sorts of apps. I mean, you can put like there's stock quotes. There is, I mean, pretty much any app you can think of. You can pretty much put it on. You can
Yeah,
even create your
I
own
wanna look
apps.
into getting I wanna look into getting one of Hector, oh, take care, man. You're
They're
great as
pretty
well.
expensive. They're pretty expensive now. Like I picked mine up when it first came out. Not that it was cheap when it first came out because it was also like $150 or something. But now I think somebody told me that they're like over $200 now. I'm like, Jesus, really? I'm like, that's
Wow.
All right, well,
that's
maybe
expensive now.
we'll have to wait on that then.
But it makes for like a good Christmas present, right, or a birthday
Right,
present or something
right.
like that as well, right?
Hey,
Um, you
Rye.
know, because I
Rye
think I
Wilson.
picked it up when it was like first just releasing, so it was a little bit cheaper. But I guess now that everybody knows about it, they everybody's like, I want one too. So now they hiked up their price because I was like, that's ridiculous. That I'm like, it's that much. That's crazy.
Yeah, you have an awesome setup, Anton. I was actually telling Jeffrey about it. I said, man, I said, have you ever seen Anton's studio tour setup? I said, he's like, no. I said, you've got to go check it out. I said, just go to one of his videos, click his link for his website and go check it out because I watched it. I watched your tour setup, I think, a few weeks ago when I think I supercharged and said, hey man, your studio tour was
Yeah.
awesome, And I told Jeff, I said, man, you've got to check it out. And I told Cookies today. Was it today, Cookies? You looked at it?
Yeah,
I
it was
sounds like,
today.
dude, you've got to go check out his setup. It's just, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, it is a process, and I can tell there's a lot of hard work that you put into that, man. And but I know everything does exactly what you need it to do. So, and that's the important
Yeah,
part about it. So
Now,
yeah.
now it does for the most part, right?
right.
Officer
I
Brandon
still look
George,
at it
what's
though. I'm
up?
like, I don't like this. I would like to change that. Right. I'm always like thinking about like what else I can do or what I'd like to do differently, right? Or if I was ever to like switch it up and do something completely different. For one time I actually considered having like a TV in the background
Mm-hmm.
where I can like have something like whether it's my logo or if I do a like spike, it would come up with some sort of a flashy like spike animation on the
Oh, there
TV.
you go. That's
Right.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I was
that's
Yeah.
like
pretty
thinking about
cool.
that, but then I got to get rid of all the shelves. And then I'm like, well, based on the camera angle, you're not really going to be able to see the whole thing. So then I scrapped that idea because that wasn't going to really work. So I'm always like thinking of like, what else can I do? What can I put in? How can I change it up? Right.
Well, you could
But
put all of our
Right.
logos on the TV and just have them. Just kidding. Just a shameless plug for
$5,000 a month and
$5,000 a month, and you got it right.
yeah, you got
Hey,
it.
Rye Wilson. Rye Wilson is in the house.
Rye
How
is
you doing,
here.
Rye?
Rye. What's going on?
Right.
Or you can
Cameron
be a
Van
sponsor and
Nukes.
get a shout out every live stream, man.
Yeah.
Anton does his shout outs for his sponsors, members,
Well, I
every
plan
live
on
stream, man. He shouts
yep,
you out every time, man.
your next live stream. I do plan on coming in there and becoming a sponsor of Anton Z because I think you're. I
Oh,
think
thank you.
I think you deserve it. You work hard for your viewers,
man.
and I mean, I know what it takes for me to run my simple little 1,600 subscribers. It's not little. It's an amazing accomplishment. But it's
For
hard for
sure.
me to run it, with what I have, and you know, you pump out more content. Your all of your setup and everything, you put in a lot of work, man. So I
Yeah,
know how much
man.
work I have to do. That just tells me that you just have that much more, So yeah, I definitely want to become a sponsor to GMANTONZ, and I hope you don't mind that I used your logo for my thumbnail. Don't sue me. All right.
Copyright strike.
Do a
No,
song for it,
listen.
right? Like copyright strike.
It's all good. Yeah, and that's we were saying that earlier. That's what a lot of people don't realize is like the amount of work. It's like a 5-minute episode, and it pretty much takes me 5 hours to make a video, right?
Right.
Between
Wow.
everything, right? So that's again, people don't kind of they watch it for 5 minutes and they're like, yeah, dislike this thing sucks. Meanwhile, I've spent 5 hours recording and editing, and then all the other stuff with uploading it and making the thumbnail and all of that, right? So by the time all said
Right.
and done, it's like 5 hours per video. But again, it's one of those things that's a process, and I enjoy it, and I don't mind putting the work, and I love putting the work, and then seeing the response, and people like the content. So I'm like, yeah, it's
You need to
it's
do
just
another mean tweets episode. That was great,
You
man.
do, Anton. You
That was
that was a good
great.
one.
That was.
I haven't
Cameron
actually
Van
been
Noot
getting
says
a lot
hi.
of mean tweets, believe it or not. I gathered a whole bunch of them for that episode. And then I've kind of been, you see a few of them pop up here and there, but otherwise, I haven't really actually been getting a ton of mean tweets. Of course, now that I say that, people are
Oh,
going to be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well."
You just better hope you don't get a subscriber named Jerkface, because he comes in and he drops some.
Oh man, that dude, man. He's
What a
rude.
name, though. Cameron
Yeah.
Van Noot says hi, Anton. How are you?
Hi, Cameron.
And
Yeah, there's always going to
Falcon's
be
still
people
here.
out there that are gonna be trolling, or they're
Yeah,
gonna, for one reason or the other, they're gonna hate you, and there's nothing you can do to change their mind, and it is what it is, and it's just YouTube, right? And it's like, you have to look at it from like an overall perspective, right? Like, does everybody hate me, or just like those couple of people, and everybody else loves the channel and loves the content, right?
Right.
And then it is what it is. Like, and on one hand, like, I get it in a sense of, I've said it before, like, I'm not, my style is not for everybody. There's some people that think I talk too much, or they kind of want one more, kind of mellow, quieter streamer perhaps, or watching a video that doesn't have a face cam, and that's perfectly fine, right? And people are entitled to that, and they can, I'm sure, find a channel where there's a lot of different YouTubers and there's a lot of different content out there, and they can go out and find a channel that they like. There's definitely people that don't like me, and there's people that genuinely, for one reason or the other, do hate me for for
Jesus.
whatever it is. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to
know.
convince you. I'm not, I'm just going to do my thing, and majority of the people don't feel that way, and that's all that matters. And I wish you all the best, and I hope that I'm sorry for that you feel that way, and and good luck, and hope you find a YouTuber that you do like, right?
Right.
That's all you can do, right?
Yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, it's
Because I
yeah.
know that some people, like, even I read some posts, you see them on Reddit and stuff, and people that are starting out, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I just got my first dislike, and I'm so disappointed." And it's just the nature of YouTube. You're gonna have people that are gonna come and dislike you. You're gonna have people that are gonna come and maybe leave a mean comment. And it just it is what it is, and you just kind of move on. And again, you have to look at the bigger picture. And if the bigger picture says otherwise, if the bigger picture says there's a lot of fans out there that love the content and connect with the content, then that's all I really care about. And those outliers, it is what it is. And like I said, I can only wish them all the best, and hopefully they'll find somebody they like. And if they really want to be trolls, well, thank goodness for the ban button.
That's
Yeah,
right.
And the moderators. You got the moderators. It's like I always say, man. I've always told Jeffrey, man, the
Right.
more you grow, the more they troll. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah. Oh,
you know,
absolutely. I will
the
tell you
bigger
that
you
right
get,
away.
the
Yeah.
more they're gonna come
Oh,
in, man, and
yeah.
try to discourage you because I think a lot of it has to do with I think a lot of it, I don't want to sound prideful when I say this, but I think a lot of it has to do with, ordinary people like us that just want to do something good and be successful at something. And I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy. A lot of people, a lot of folks just get jealous over success. And I mean,
Yeah.
I hate that
I've
for
seen
them. And
I've
I
seen
wish,
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand where
yeah,
my channel has been growing and I've seen the jealousy firsthand. And it's like, again, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I didn't, I try to be friendly. I try to be nice, but I'm sorry that my channel is doing better. Um,
right,
but
right, right.
at the same
Yeah,
time, it's
right.
like, I mean, what would you like me to do, right? Like, and I wish they didn't feel that way, but then these people start saying some, really nasty things about you, and
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, well, I mean, again, I'm sorry that my channel is doing so much better, but it is what it is.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think you're right. The jealousy has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And
It
Um,
really
it's
does.
it's a but it's a cruel world we live in anyway. It's a cruel world we live in. So, and like you said, the nature of YouTube is always going to come to nip us in the butt. The bigger we get, it's just going to happen. So, but like you said, that's why we have the ban button and those moderators, man. That's what all that's there for.
And you
So,
can't let it get to you. You can't let it get to you. It's going to happen, and to your point, it's going to happen more and more so as you get bigger, and you're going to get some really interesting, comments, and you're going to get some, really interesting people. It's just the nature of the game, so to speak. Just
mhm.
expect the unexpected, and use that as a, as a lesson as you kind of go through it. Right? I've done that myself, where I'm like, I didn't realize I had to ban that word from the chat. Now I will because
Right.
somebody came in and they said something nasty in the chat, and you're like, I didn't even think of that swear word. Let me add that to the list, right?
yeah.
You know,
Right.
but that's just the reality of the situation, and you kind of learn from it, and you move on, and it will just happen, and you can't let it get to you. I find like a lot of people also kind of it gets to them and they're like, oh my god, my stream was like trolled, right? Or
Mhm.
something happened, right? And it's like, okay, well, it's gonna happen, and it will happen again, and chances are that it will happen sometime in the future to you. So it's like you just have
Agreed.
to you have to expect it, and you just have to kind of ignore it, right? In a sense, right? I
And
try to
count
a
on
lot of times
Falcon
too.
to
Is
catch
just
it.
not yeah, well, I tried to like not pay any attention to it or not give them any attention to it either, right? It's just either like a quiet ban and kind of move on without even acknowledging it, right? I always have like with me, and and if you guys have the ability to do so too, it's like where you know y- I always have like I call it like the nuclear option, right? If something really, really bad is gonna happen in my chat, I can always switch it to sponsor only, right? And
Right.
then,
Right.
so
Absolutely.
like if are too at a point where you have maybe a couple sponsors in the chat and there's something really bad, because you can have people that can come in and start trolling, and you ban the account and they come in on the other account and they continue trolling, and you
Right.
ban that account and they come back on another account and they come back on another account and they come back on another account, right? I mean, at that point, again, nuclear option is just okay, fine, sponsor only chat for the next little
I
while,
like that nuclear option.
right? Like,
I like
you
Yeah,
know,
that.
that's a good
I've never
idea, man.
I've never had to use it, thankfully, right? But it's always there where it's like if something happens, I have a way out where I can continue to interact with the chat, right? Or you can set a slow mode with some ridiculous timer, right, as well. Right. So you just gotta come up with like innovative solutions, because again, it's always gonna happen and people are always gonna troll. And you just gotta come up with some innovative ways to like, okay, well, if that really happens, like how do I get around it? If I ban them and they're really adamant about disrupting the stream, um, then what can I do to basically put an end to it, right? I think the
Right.
worst thing that you can, or the worst thing that people do as a creator or as a streamer is end the live stream, because that's ultimately what those people want. They want to disrupt your flow. They want to disrupt your stream. So I say just don't let it get to you. Keep pushing. Just keep doing your live stream because they're looking for you to, you know, and they want to show that to their friends, like, oh my god, look at me, I made this YouTuber quit his live stream in a fit of rage, right? After I spammed him, right? So yeah, you just find ways to deal with it, and you just try to not to give them any attention or even acknowledge them in the chat. Just, you know, silently ban them from the chat and kind of keep going, keep doing your thing, right? That's the approach that I've been trying to take.
I should have taken that advice last week.
Jeffrey.
What happened last week?
Jeffrey.
Did
Yep.
someone get to you?
I
Jeffrey,
saw that. I
it's-
saw
it's-
it. I saw
yeah.
it, Cryptic. Yeah, somebody got to me last week. Usually I can handle trolls. But they said something about my wife, and you know, I lost my temper a little bit, you know, and I removed the video, and CJ and Cookies, because they're so awesome, they removed the video as well, because I don't want my subscribers and future guests like yourself to see me lose my cool and think that that's the type of show that this is. So again, Cookies and CJ, thank you guys for understanding and removing,
Yeah, man, absolutely.
you know, those videos. I don't want that out there. So you know, but yeah, I should have taken that advice last week, you know, but I didn't. I lost my cool, and I don't
Yeah,
do that.
And
you know?
it's hard when it's something personal like that. Like, I totally
Yeah.
get it, right? It's really hard when it's something, you know, so personal, right? But, you know, the way that I always think of it too is they're looking for that reaction. They want that reaction, right? They want, you
Yeah,
know, to see you freak out. They want
Yeah.
to see you say something. They want to see you acknowledge it in some way. And the best thing you can do, it doesn't matter how, you know, ridiculous it is, or doesn't matter how offensive it is, it doesn't matter how personal it is just to not even give them an ounce of light, right?
Yep.
Just not even an ounce of attention. Just ignore it completely, like you've never even seen it before. And then, you know what, again, use that as an opportunity, you know, whether it was maybe, you know, something that was a particular keyword or a particular set of keywords, you know, put that on your ban list of keywords so you'll never see that again.
Exactly.
True.
there you go. Yeah. Well, at
words
least
and
I
the
know if
vibes.
you ever have to take the nuclear option out, that I'll still be able to chat with you because I'm one of your sponsors.
See, there you go.
Unless
and
you're the
that's
troll.
beauty of the
Unless you're the
nuclear
troll.
option.
I had to say that before we ended the show.
Unless
That's
you're the
great.
troll, and then we have a whole other issue going on.
Yeah, that's a whole different issue.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a whole different issue. Well, I think this has been a great show. Are we ready to wrap up?
Can't believe it's already midnight almost. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're
Yeah.
having fun.
It flew
It
by,
does.
man.
It really does. Yeah,
Every
it's
time
past
you
my
do a
bedtime.
special, we went on an
Yeah.
extra hour for you, man.
Oh no, thank you guys, and thank you for having me. I can't believe we're like way over time now, but I'm glad that we were able to do the giveaway, and it was nice
Yeah,
to chat with you guys.
absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I
it
could
was
chat-
great.
I
It
could
was
sit-
great having you on, man. It was
Yeah, I
really
could
awesome
sit
having
here
you
and-
on here.
I could chat with him for another 3 hours, man.
well,
Easily.
let's keep going.
Yeah, that's
You don't have time to do it. He can-
It's only midnight. Would you like me to do another little razzle dazzle for you?
That's great, man.
Oh
It
man,
was. It was,
Believe
it was
it or
awesome,
not,
man.
I've been up since 6 a.m.
really?
Yeah.
Oh
gotta be
my
tight.
goodness! Wow.
So
And
this
it's cold
energy,
up there.
doesn't end, unfortunately.
But that's a good
Oh.
thing, though. That's what makes you Anton. That's what makes you who you are, and I think
Oh.
that's why I'm gonna be. That's why I love watching you. Is just the energy. Oh my God, you scared me, woman. You walk in a dark room, I'm talking, and you scare me. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be in there in a second. I promise. Is she still awake? Is she really?
Can I ask you a question, Anton? And
Yeah.
it's a question that I've heard people say. Where did your name come from?
What do you
That's a
mean?
good question.
That's a good question. The GM.
GM Anton Z.
Oh, I haven't disclosed that.
Oh, okay.
No one knows. It's a
Don't worry
secret.
about it. Don't
No-
worry
It's
about
No
secret.
one,
Gotcha.
no one knows. I said I was gonna give it out at what, like 1 million subscribers. I was gonna tell people what the GM and the Z stand for,
Oh wow. Okay.
but
That's
no one knows. People have been guessing. People had all sorts of wild guesses. No one has been correct. But
Does your last
yeah,
name begin with, does your last name begin with Z?
you know, huh?
Does your last name begin with the letter Z?
It's a mystery.
Gotta
It could be,
get 1,000,000 subscribers.
it could be, or it has nothing to do with that. It could mean something else, or the letters could be rearranged. I don't know. It's just the only part that makes sense is the part in the middle.
Right, the name. And
You know what? We'll find out at 1,000,000 subscribers. We'll find out. We'll find
you'll
out.
be there
then.
soon, man. Honest to God,
Man,
you'll be
I'm
there
telling
soon.
you.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's gonna come. I feel like it's gonna come soon, and then I'll be like, yeah, did I say 1,000,000? I meant 10,000,000.
Yeah.
10, and then it'd be like 10,000,000. I mean 100,000,000. 100,000,000.
Yeah,
I'll
it'd be like
tell
that
you
was
what
9.
my
Yeah, it was 900,000 subscribers ago. I forgot. You know.
good
Yeah.
morning, Anton Zebra.
I swear to God. I swear to God that went through my mind. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's the same thing with me too. The same
I
thing.
keep thinking good morning Anton something. You know, that's why I asked if your last name began with Z.
You know.
But good
No,
morning's too obvious. That's too
It's
obvious.
not good morning. No, it's not good
Okay.
morning. People have guessed that gamer. Nope. I'll tell you, it's not gamer. So yeah, people have had General Motors was another good one that I
He's
heard.
the general
You know,
manager of where he works.
So when I
general.
was talking to you a while ago, my wife walks in and it's a dark room, and she usually does it when I'm playing scary games. I'll be live streaming scary games, and she'll walk in and get me every time. And she got me when I was talking to you. What I was telling you a while ago is one of the reasons I come and watch you is because of that energy we were talking about a while ago. Your energy, man. Yes, yes. The fact you've been up since 6 and you're still ready to go. That's one of the reasons I love watching you. You better stop trying to scare me.
It is because there's nobody
It
else
is,
out there
really.
that does it like you do it. I mean, everybody has their own personality. You know what I mean? Where I could be center field. You know, we're all in the same ballpark, but personality wise, Anton is way over in right field. You know,
He's
in a good
unique,
way,
man.
in a
He's
good way.
unique.
You know,
Yeah.
very
Anton
unique.
is
Your
unique.
Well,
channel's
thank
very
you guys.
unique,
I appreciate
and
it. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
man.
think you're doing an amazing job, man. So keep up what
Absolutely.
you're doing. Looking forward to becoming a sponsor to your channel to support your channel
Thank you.
as much as I can. And yeah, let me know when you get ready to sell that PC. Hit me up on Discord. I'll be your first
I was
buyer.
just saying the other live stream. I said it'd be kind of cool, again, eventually as the channel blows up and becomes bigger, it'd be kind of cool to do some crazy giveaways. Like GMANTONZ builds you a computer, right? And of course, you know me and you know how I do my stuff. I'm not just gonna build you a computer and put like a 3060 RTX in there. No, 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 no. The GMANTONZ computer is gonna have dual 3090s in the PC.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh. I
So
couldn't
it's like,
imagine that.
so that'd be like cool to kind of give away like a crazy beast of a computer or a bunch of computers. Like, all right, it's the GMANTONZ PC giveaway. We're giving away 10 PCs and they're like loaded up to the max, with like
That
dual
sounds like a
RTX
100,000 subscriber
3090s.
giveaway right there, man.
Yeah.
Or a 1,000,000 subscriber giveaway. That's gosh, that would be one of my dreams is to have a computer like I have an Alienware, and it's a pre-built, so I can't go throwing a 3060, but I would love to have a 3060, anything 3060 and up is because I'm a graphics guy. I love my graphics, man, and I would absolutely love to have something like that. One day I will, but I love my Alienware. It does what it needs to do, and it's pretty powerful, and I
Yeah,
dig it.
just,
Alienware's like top of the line stuff, man. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's a great PC.
and just keep
Yeah.
building your channel because that's the best part is when your channel can pay for it, right? When you can make some money off the channel
True that.
and you can say, you know what? I'm going to get myself that $5,000 PC and I'm not spending a dime of my own money that I've, made through work, right? That's the best, that's kind of like the best scenario, so to speak, right? So yeah, just
Right,
Right.
right.
just kind of keep cranking it out, right? I find with myself too, it's like nice when I kind of set goals for myself where I'm like, I want this. So and then you just kind of crank it out and hopefully, right, if that's your goal, like, by the end of 2020, I want that 5K PC, right? And then, off you go, right? And every time you make a video, every time you, do a live stream, it's like, how is this helping me get to that, goal, right? How is that helping me get to that, 5K PC, right? What I'm doing, right? That's a lot of like when you look at my channel, that's how I also make a lot of my decision, right? Like how is this, helping me and how is it helping my channel, right?
Right. That's true. That is very
Because you
true.
guys have done like
Yeah.
I've seen, some very successful, tutorials and stuff, right? And I think
That's a,
content strategy
yeah.
is very important, right? So, if you guys are kind of looking and seeing, what works, what doesn't work, right? I'd say put more emphasis into the stuff that has been working great for you, right? And if it's more tutorials, then, go, all in on tutorials,
Yeah,
right?
the
You know,
tutorials
Yeah.
are they're a hot commodity with LSPDFR because again, going back to GTA and how popular it still is, it's something that gains a new person every day. And that new
Mhm.
person is
Yeah.
online looking up ways, how can I put a Dodge Charger into my game? How can I, put better water, different lights, that there's always
yeah.
people getting it for the first time. So the tutorials are for me in particular, and I'm pretty sure I can speak the same for CJ
Oh yeah.
and Cookies.
Absolutely.
They're the attention grabber on the channels for sure.
Yeah, and I
I
think
think
as a
I.
smaller channel too, you have the flexibility to experiment more.
Yep.
And I would say don't be afraid to maybe spam is not the right word, but don't be afraid to spam videos even, right? Because everybody's out there fighting for content and fighting for eyeballs, right? And if you're putting out tutorial, how to install LSPDFR in 2021, well, hell, you can do how to install LSPDFR in January 2021, how to install LSPDFR in February 2021, March 2021, April, May, and you just keep cranking out a new, which is
That's
the same,
right.
which is the same
The
video.
same video.
All right, it's the same video, but you keep cranking it out every single month just to kind of get a new video out there and to get what because people are going to be searching for that stuff. They want the latest and the greatest, and they're going to be like, how do you install LSPDFR in May of 2021? Boom, there's your video right there, right? So
That's
I would
good
say
advice.
don't be afraid to experiment and like, I done this video, you know, l- 2 months ago, or I done this video, 6 months ago or last year, right? I'd say, especially as a as a smaller channel, just like do it again, right? Nothing stops you. There's even stuff that on my channel that I've done before where I'll reuse again or I'll do again, right? And I've cranked out a bunch of like school bus videos, right, or stuff like that, where I'm like, if that's what people want to watch, sure, we'll come up with another school bus video and crank it out again, no problem, right? And I say that even for myself, at 50K, because again, I'm competing also with channels that, have millions of subscribers and millions of views. And it's like, what can I do to, keep getting my videos higher up, right? As to what like people are, searching for, right? So if I gotta
Right.
crank up a bunch of school bus videos, then guess what? A bunch more school bus videos are coming, right? So yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think that you just gotta, keep going and keep cranking out as much content as you possibly can and kind of seeing what sticks, and if tutorials are working, that's great. And think of like, okay, if you look at like analytics and you look at the watch time and things where people are watching versus dropping off, and maybe some things that they're interested in, that's where you can also pick up, I think, a lot of like information, right? If you're seeing in your installation tutorial video that people are, I don't know, just for the sake of our conversation, they're really watching more about that part where you install cars, right? Well, maybe that's an idea for another tutorial, right? How to install cars, right? And then you can get into so many different tutorials when it comes to car installations, right?
Oh
From,
gosh, yeah.
you know,
Oh man.
right? So that's
Endless.
the thing, right? Like I always advise too is go back and look at your analytics and see what people are watching and where they're watching the most in your videos, and try to pick up some ideas from that as well, right? And then just as I always say, just keep keep throwing stuff out there, because there's what did YouTube say? There's can't even remember how many hundreds of hours being uploaded like every minute on YouTube. So the
Wow.
competition is fierce and there's a ton of
Especially
videos out
nowadays
there.
with everybody
Oh
being
yeah.
stuck home and
And it's so
everybody's
easy.
going
You just
on there.
grab your phone or turn on your camera, or not even, and just start recording, right?
That's it.
Yep.
I mean, it's as simple as that. Everybody's talking about how Falcon says, thinking of electric bill, I heard that the lights dim in Anton's neighborhood when he goes live.
That's a good one.
Like spike
Makes
equals
sense.
power surge.
There's a brownout in the area as soon as my lights turn on.
Yeah. Well, it's an amazing setup. And before we wrap this up, could you put a kibosh on a rumor? Because you've used it in your titles, you've used it in your videos. If you mention the word that, and I'm going to put it in code here because I don't know if the rumor is true or not, but if you use the word that has to do with our pandemic right now, the particular disease,
Right.
does your channel get hit for that?
What do you mean hit?
Hit where you cannot monetize that video because you said those two words, C19. You
No,
know what I mean?
no.
Okay.
You do get a label put on your video about COVID-19, and people, it says, official information or whatever the label is.
I have seen that on the bottom of your
Yeah,
videos, yes.
yeah. You get a label on the video. There
And
is
that's only
no.
if you put it in the title or if
I
you
think it's
say
pretty
it.
much if you put it anywhere. And as a matter of fact, YouTube also does analysis, like audio analysis of the video. I think even if you didn't put it anywhere and you still talked about it in your video, it will pick it up. It's just like the way it picks up copyrighted music.
Right.
I'm pretty certain that YouTube also picks up what you say in the video. Um, so yeah, so it will definitely pick that up. But I have not seen any impact on monetization or the status, at
Okay.
least,
All
of the
right. Cool.
monetization. Whether or not it impacts how many ads are shown on it is a whole other question. Like the video could be monetized, but it just doesn't show as many ads versus just like another GTA 5 video. Like another GTA 5 video might get 100 ads, where this one might only get 20.
Right.
We don't know because YouTube doesn't really share that data per se with us. But I have not seen any limited monetization on any of the videos, no.
Okay. Because that was always
And
something that people always talked about, right, CJ? Like we've in cookies and
Yeah, that was one of the things we were wondering
and
about.
other live streams, people have said you can't say that or else, that video could be demonetized or your channel can get a strike or something like that.
yeah,
You
no, I
know.
haven't seen any. I've done a bunch of those. I mean, I've done a bunch of those videos, and some have performed better than others, but I haven't seen any sort of like impact like that where it got monetized or demonetized rather. As a matter of fact, actually, I will say that for the most part that I have not seen a demonetized video in, I don't know, I almost want to say like a year now.
Wow.
None of my content has been demonetized, or has received limited monetization. Um, and I think the one video that did, I was able to dispute it, or the one live stream that did, for whatever reason, I was able to dispute it. It got cleared up pretty like right away, and switched back to monetized. But yeah, I haven't seen any like negative impact when it comes to copyright or any sort of strikes or anything like that. I think they also look at it too from a perspective of, so the way that, at least on my channel, I don't know if you guys have access to it, but I have, like, when I upload my videos, I can also self assess rather
So
the
yeah,
video for like
self rate your
monetization.
video.
Yeah, like what it has and what it doesn't have. And then if you
Mhm.
look at the ratings, you can go back and you can actually see which ones were reviewed by like the algorithm or the computer, and which ones were manually reviewed. And I've gone back every so often just to check, and I noticed that, for example, I did a video where I caught a COVID-19 scammer, where there was like this guy that basically set up like this fake testing van and was like, basically mixing baking soda or whatever it was and giving out COVID-19 vaccines. And then the
Yeah.
Los Angeles Police Department shows up and busted him, and arrested him. And I noticed that that video was manually reviewed by someone like at YouTube afterwards, but they approved it. Like they didn't demonetize it or anything, right? So I think it largely depends too on like what the video is about. I think if the video is about, um if you're spreading misinformation, or you're kind of talking about that, in like in real life context, I think there's chances of it being demonetized. But if you're doing something within a game that's not necessarily, it might be related to real life, but it's not necessarily like, I view those videos as a commentary on kind of what's going on, and a bit of kind of kind of making a little bit of light of some of the situations that we've seen this past year. But as long as you're not spreading rumors or misinformation or anything like that, so even if it relates to the topic, it's okay. But as long as it doesn't spread any, kind of false information, I think you should be okay.
All right. Well, that's good to get a true answer on it, because I've seen your videos
Yeah.
where you mention it throughout the video and it's even
Oh
in
yeah,
your title, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's not true if if Anton's sitting here saying the word COVID, and it's in your title, and so maybe it's just bullshit. So that's good to know.
yeah. And the way that I approached it too is I was like, frankly, again, I'm at a point where I'm like, well, if it gets demonetized, then it gets demonetized. As long as it gets the views, I'm like, whoopity doo. I'm not gonna make the prestigious ad dollars from this video, the
Right, right.
$5 that I'm gonna get. So yeah, so it's one of those things where sometimes you also kind of have to look at it from a perspective of like, well, is it just better to put it out there to get the views, to get the traffic, to get the traction? And I don't really care about the ad revenue per se, right?
Right.
That's why too, like I'll make videos like today's episode was only like 5 minutes long. Now, I when I filmed the video, it was about 15 minutes. I ended up actually cutting about 10 minutes out. And it doesn't really seem like that in the video, right? But it's like I could have stretched out those fight scenes longer, me shooting people. I could have stretched out the chase much longer. So I could have done all of that, and I could have made a video that it's at least 8 minutes long, so I can get more ads into it, because that's when mid-roll ads become available at the 8 minute mark. So I could have definitely made it over 8 minutes and shoved some mid-roll ads in there, but I'm like, you know what? It's just, again, it's not my style. I don't need to stretch it out. And I'm like, you know what? So what? I don't have some mid-roll ads. It's not like if I was, a big YouTuber with, millions of subscribers where I'm getting, hundreds of thousands of views that can actually result in some really, solid ad revenue, then yeah,
Yeah.
that comes into the equation, because you're like, well, if I don't have those ads, I'm looking at a potential loss of, possible thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah.
When
I'm
you
making
get
that
when
video 8 minutes.
right? So yeah, then you're like, yeah, making
Yeah.
that video 8 minutes. But when and I still see myself as a smaller YouTuber, but yeah, when you're my size, even even with the views that I get, I'm like, it's not a big deal to me from a monetization perspective. Okay, so what? I'm not gonna get $20, right? But it's like, do I really, for $20? Do I really want to make that video longer and potentially risk having worse watch time, because people are going to get bored and they're going to be like, okay, I've seen enough. How long can you actually shoot people in this video? Like, I'm over it, right? So it's one of those things where you have to like weight that in the equation. And I'm going, you know what? I'd rather people just watch the videos as long as possible and enjoy it, rather than me just stretching it out, right? So
Right. Your Black
Absolutely,
Friday
yeah.
episode was pretty great too.
that was kind of before I started doing my my different sort of editing style, but that was a good
Yeah.
one too.
That's where you had my grandma's couch sitting
Yeah,
outside the
yeah,
store there.
yeah. So
Oh
that was
man.
you that brought it over there. I see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was me that dropped it off there. Yeah, so it is. It's good to know, and I thank you for giving us some knowledge on, you know, different ways to better the channels and all that.
Yeah, man.
Little guys like myself, always looking for insight from some of the bigger dogs like you.
Puppy.
A lot.
A bigger puppy.
No, I'm the puppy. I learned a lot from what I do from CJ. So I've looked up to him a lot in my YouTube career. Yeah, there you go. So I had, I wouldn't be able to teach other people. Well, would I be able to teach other people? Would I have learned on my own? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
would have.
I would have, but it's not just the knowledge that he gave me; it's also the support and everything that he's given me throughout throughout my YouTube career. Along with a lot of other people. But it's something that you do it alone. It's a little harder. When you have people that support you, and people that show up into your your streams and everything. It just makes it so much better. And when you have
does.
people like yourself that are willing to come on a show with some YouTubers trying to up and come. It speaks volumes of your character. So
It
again,
really
Anton,
does.
I really appreciate you coming on the show and doing this with us, man. It was a huge turnout. I still have 24 people watching. I'm at 107 likes.
Nice.
Huge turnout,
Nice.
and I know 24 people watching. That's for me at 12:15 at night after streaming for 3 hours. That's a great number. So
That's awesome.
really appreciate
That's
it.
because I think back to like when I was starting and stuff, right? Having those double digits, right? That's fantastic. So
Yeah,
I'm so glad that we were able to have everybody come out, and thank you, everybody part of the GM crew. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. I knew I can count on you to show up and to make me proud as well here. So thank you guys very much, and yeah, I'm a firm believer too in like the tide lifts all boats. So, I'm
yeah,
hoping that as I
yes,
become bigger and, the channel grows, like I would love to, I always remember and I think back to my journey through YouTube and some of the tougher times that I had, like even in 2019. And it's like, whatever I can do to help people out, as I kind of get bigger, like I'm more than, I want to, I want to give that back. Right. And I want to do that, right? So, yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. Who knows? So hopefully, next time I'm on the show, maybe where you'll be sitting at, a few more subscribers that we can bring over.
yeah, man.
Just a few more. I'm not asking for much. Not asking for much. I'm just asking for a few more.
A few more. If again, if anybody is in this chat that has not yet subscribed to Anton, he is linked right down below, the very top link. I always link
Yep.
the guests at the very top. Go show, excuse me, jeez. Go show him some Jeffrey Gamer love. Would greatly appreciate that. Anton, again, very appreciative of you, man. This was a great episode. It was super fun, man.
It was. It
Yeah.
I
was.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Sorry I kept you up till past midnight.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I'm-
man! It's
listen,
all
I'm
good.
still-
It's all
I'm
good.
still gonna be up for like 2 hours. I'm gonna go record something. I gotta.
Nice.
I want to record something. So I do. Like I said, I got 4 kids, so I do a lot of my work at this time. So instead
You gotta
of
find
during
the
the
time,
day.
yeah. If
Yeah,
that
man.
time works for you, like
Yeah.
you get right in. Yeah, we get right into it.
So a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
my
the
work,
same
and
for
I work
me.
nights.
I got 4 kids too, so my nighttime is my quiet time. That's my time to chill.
Yep.
That's my time to, if I want to mod a little bit, put together another LSPFR file. Not that I don't have enough already. It's just my time to, like Jeffrey said, to do what we need to do. So the nighttime is the right time, man. The nighttime is the right time.
Nice.
That's right.
I will be heading to bed because it is past my bedtime.
And you've been up since 6 a.m.
Well, we appreciate you being on, Anton. Thank you for being here and being a guest and entertaining us, man. As always, you entertain. You never fail to deliver that, man. So we really
Razzle
appreciate
dazzle.
you. And I'll be tuning to your live streams and your videos, man. I'll be there.
Thank you guys. I look forward to seeing you there. And I don't even know what we're doing this week. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna be playing Minesweeper on Monday.
All right.
Followed by Solitaire on Wednesday. And I think I might do some Microsoft Word typing on Friday. I don't know. I haven't.
I was gonna say he's full of shit.
That
He's
was
full of shit right now.
Hey, Jeffrey, what do
Yeah.
you think for this episode of Meet the Gamers? What do you think we just let Anton do the sign off?
Sure.
I'm good for it. As soon as he does the sign off, I'm hitting the little red phone down there, man.
All right.
What does the sign off involve? What do I have to do?
So you just say what you say at the end of all your videos when you exit a video, when you're ready to end the video, you say what
Boy.
you say, man.
No pressure. I mean, come on. No
Now
pressure.
you're putting me on the spot. Now I gotta it's the end of the live stream. The music is playing. I gotta get into the mood. We're coming up here at the end of our song, guys. We are gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do some shout outs to everybody in the chat. No, guys, thank you very much. Cookies, Criminal Justice, Jeffrey Gamer, thank you guys very much for having me. It's been an absolute blast. We've gone way over time, but time flies when you are having fun.
Absolutely.
And you guys are going to be back with another episode, I'm guessing next week, next Saturday.
Yep.
So all of those watching, while I might not be on here, someone else just as good will be on here instead of me. So you guys can watch them there as well with the rest of the crew. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. And I will see you. And as a matter of fact, all of us will see you on the next one. Bye!
See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye!
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
I want you to know.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.